No more division, no split decision. Tribes waking up from the world's religion. 12 gates, one kingdom, no superstition. We bringing fire now, truth with precision. No division in the body, we moving as one. Tribe by tribe, yeah, the kingdom gon' come. You can't stop what the Most High begun. Ain't no love in Babylon, we done. No division, no division. We the chosen ones and we rising up strong. Came from the block where the wicked was praised. Learned how to hustle, duck shots in the maze. No love in the street, just wolves in the face. Till I cracked open scripts, saw the ancient of days. I was Judah in the mirror, not a thug with a fade. Had to cut my ways off like a spiritual blade. No more crippled blood, I'm a soldier in faith. We the 12 lost tribes, now we stepping in grace. But they trying to keep us split with a worldly mind. Got us beefing over doctrine like we ain't got time. But the prophets never folded, they stood in line. Now it's truth over feelings, every word divine. No division in the body, we moving as one. Tribe by tribe, yeah, the kingdom gon' come. You can't stop what the Most High begun. Ain't no love in Babylon, we done. No division, no division. We the chosen ones and we rising up strong. I seen envy, I seen pride, I seen camps go to war over petty little things, what we fighting for. Ain't no crown for the proud or reward for the fake. Only those who endure gonna escape that lake. He said love your brother, don't trip on rank. We the body of the king, better guard your flanks. Ain't no cliques in the kingdom, just tribes and truth. From Asher to Zebulon, we all got proof. Stop the gossip, the slander, the sideways looks. When Yeshua come back, he gon' open the books. So I walk in the spirit, not the lust of man. I'm a Hebrew with a purpose, not part of the scam. We too strong to be fighting each other. You my brother, not my rival, my cover. Let's go. 12 stones in the FI shining like thunder. When the trumpet sound, we marching in number. Ooh, yeah. Marching number. No division, no strife, no blunders. They divided us in slavery. But the Most High bringing unity through prophecy. No more camps tripping, no more doctrines clashing. Just one faith, one law, one king, Yeshua. No division. Blah. Blah. Hold the rights. Blood spilled thick, drip crimson, the scrolls right. Graffiti hieroglyphs on these ancient street lights. Cousin dodged the reaper, but a breath from his knife. Truth in the bullet can't muzzle this life. Blood on the wall, the truth gon' speak. History painted, our pain runs deep. Scattered in the wind, but roots still creep. Rise, kings rise, ancestors don't sleep. Tales of the struggle carved in my skin folds. Trying to make peace where the devil still holds. Curses we breaking, but the blessing still cold. Stacking 808s with scriptures of old. Blood on the wall, the truth gon' speak. History painted, our pain runs deep. Scattered in the wind, but roots still creep. Rise, kings rise, ancestors don't sleep. Concrete jungle, sermons through haze. West Coast sermons on fire-filled days. Still preach surviving through Babylon's maze. Flame in the eyes, redemption ablaze. Don't sleep. Concrete jungle, sermons through haze. West Coast sermons on fire-filled days. Still preach surviving redemption ablaze. Blood on the wall, the truth gon' speak. History painted, our pain runs deep. Scattered in the wind, but roots still creep. Rise, kings rise, ancestors don't sleep. Yeah. 3. I came from pain, but I walk in grace. Heart made of stone, turned soft in his face. Used to chase gold, now I chase truth. Spirit got fire like it's trapped in a booth. Mama said, boy, don't forget your roots. But now I know roots ain't enough without fruits. Love ain't just words, it's deeper than breath. It's loving the Most High till my last step. Keep his commands, that's how I show love. More than emotion, it's sent from above. Told my brother we can't break what we are. 12 tribes strong, we was made by the stars. You could keep hate, I'm chosen to heal. Love the Most High, that's the realest deal. With all my might, mind, soul, and heart, that's how the kingdom gon' start. From love the Most High with all I got. Ain't no halfway in this walk. Soon love my neighbor, no fake in sight. Greatest law, this truth, this flame, no, it's written, sealed in my chest. This love is real. No need to boast, no need to flex. I serve love, I give my best. I've seen brothers break laws just to chase a crown. Seen sisters lose faith when they broken down. But what's the love? Love ain't stitched in it. A nation can't rise when the soul ain't in it. I used to hate, used to plot revenge, till the word hit my chest like the world gon' end. Now I pray when they talk behind my back, and I build when they try to break my path. Love ain't soft, it's strong enough to die. It turn water to wine and open the sky. It forgives when it hurts, even bleeds when it's right. It lifts up the low when they can't stand a fight. So I don't just speak it, I move in love. From the block to the booth to the throne above. Greatest commandment, not just for show. It's the only path this kingdom know. Love is the weight that holds the crown. The reason we rise, the reason we bow down. It's keeping his laws when nobody looking. It's feeding your brother when your own pot cooking. You can't fake it, it shows in the light. You can't bend it, it walks upright. It ain't love, no need to no bait. That love, the weight that holds the crown. The reason we rise, the reason we bow down. It's keeping his laws when nobody looking. It's feeding your brother when your own pot cooking. You can't fake it, it shows in the light. You can't bend it, it walks upright. It ain't love, my nigga. All I got, and you're halfway, it's no.
Rich or broke, palace or pavement. A man ain't measured by what he owns, but by how he stand when ain't nobody looking. Fear of high, but that's real wealth.
I done seen gold turn good men cold. Luxury dreams make a brother sell his soul. But I stayed grounded, Torah in my soul. I remember when the lights went out in the cold. Mama prayed hard, she ain't never fold. Said son, keep Yasha even when the world bold. Had a chance to cheat for a little bit of fame, but I thought about Job and I walked away in shame. Intense Integrity ain't a word, it's a code. Even when the bills stack and the food get low, I done cried in the dark, man, nobody knows. But Abba saw my pain and he opened up the road. Whether mansion or the mud, I keep it holy. Even when the weight of the world try to fold me, I ain't sell my soul, I walk in truth boldly. Integrity and Yasha, that's what mold me. From the struggle to the shine, I stay lowly. Heart circumcised, can't nothing control me. Even if I had it all or if I'm lonely, I fear Abba first, that's what he showed me. I seen brothers switch for a Benz and a chain, but I ain't impressed by the diamonds or the fame. I'd rather fast 3 days in the wilderness with pain than eat at a table with the wicked for some gain. I seen the trap, the snare, the scheme, wolves in sheep clothes living out a dream. But I stay strapped with Psalms and Alaham, armor of the Most High, sharper than they saying. One time I was broke, couch to couch sleeping, stomach touching back, but I still kept preaching. Could've robbed, could've stole, devil steady reaching, but I leaned on the word like the Spirit kept teaching.
Better is a poor man who walks in his integrity than one who is crooked though he be rich. Proverbs 28. That's real. That's real.
Even if I had the world and all its gold, what profit if I lose my soul? Whether mansion or the mud, I keep it holy. Even when the weight of the world try to fold me, I ain't sell my soul, I walk in truth boldly. Integrity and Yasha, that's what mold me. From the palace to the pit, I stay lowly. Heart circumcised, can't nothing control me. Even if I had it all or if I'm lonely, I fear Abba first, that's what he showed me.
I told myself if I ever made it, never let this world reshape it. Rich in mercy, that's my playlist. I'm trying to please the one who made this. So when I stand in front of the throne, he gon' say, well done, not you gone. Integrity ain't just for show, it's how you act when nobody know. I had nothing but the Most High gave me plenty. Rich in the spirit, never needed 20. Never that. Counting blessings, not bands in my city. Kept my name clean. Integrity.
Yasha.
No more division, no split decision. Tribes waking up from the world's religion. 12 gates, one kingdom, no superstition. We bringing fire now, truth with precision. No division in the body, we moving as one. Tribe by tribe, yeah, the kingdom gon' come. You can't stop what the Most High begun. Ain't no love in Babylon, we done. No division, no division. We the chosen ones and we rising up strong. Came from the block where the wicked was praised. Learned how to hustle, duck shots in the maze. No love in the street, just wolves in the face. Till I cracked open scripts, saw the ancient of days. I was Judah in the mirror, not a thug with a fade. Had to cut my ways off like a spiritual blade. No more crip of blood, I'm a soldier in faith. We the 12 lost tribes, now we stepping in grace. But they trying to keep us split with a worldly mind. Got us beefing over doctrine like we ain't got time. But the prophets never folded, they stood in line. Now it's truth over feelings, every word divine. No division in the body, we moving as one. Tribe by tribe, yeah, the kingdom gon' come. You can't stop what the Most High begun. Ain't no love in Babylon, we done. No division, no division. We the chosen ones and we rising up strong. I seen envy, I seen pride, I seen camps go to war over petty little things, what we fighting for. Ain't no crown for the proud or reward for the fake. Only those who endure gonna escape that lake. He said love your brother, don't trip on rank. We the body of the king, better guard your flanks. Ain't no cliques in the kingdom, just tribes and truth. From Asher to Zebulon, we all got proof. Stop the gossip, the slander, the sideways looks. When Yeshua come back, he gon' open the books. So I walk in the spirit, not the lust of man. I'm a Hebrew with a purpose, not part of the scam. We too strong to be fighting each other. You my brother, not my rival, my cover. Let's go. 12 stones in the FI shining like thunder when the trumpet sound. We marching in number. No division, no strife, no blunders.
They divided us in slavery.
But the Most High bringing unity through prophecy. No more camps tripping, no more doctrines clashing. Just one faith, one law, one king, Yeshaya. No division.
Rich or broke, palace or pavement. A man ain't measured by what he owns, but by how he stand when ain't nobody looking. Fear of Hopper, that's real wealth.
I done seen gold turn good men cold. Luxury dreams make a brother sell his soul. But I stayed grounded, Torah in my soul. I remember when the lights went out in the cold. Mama prayed hard, she ain't never fold. Said son, keep Yasha even when the world bold. Had a chance to cheat for a little bit of fame, but I thought about Job and I walked away in shame. Integrity ain't a word, it's a code. Even when the bills stack and the food get low, I done cried in the dark, man, nobody knows. But Abba saw my pain and he opened up the road. Whether mansion or the mud, I keep it holy. Even when the weight of the world try to fold me, I ain't sell my soul, I walk in truth boldly. Integrity and Yasha, that's what mold me. From the struggle to the shine, I stay lowly. Heart circumcised, can't nothing control me. Even if I had it all or if I'm lonely, I fear Abba first, that's what he showed me. I seen brothers switch for a Benz and a chain, but I ain't impressed by the diamonds or the fame. I'd rather fast 3 days in the wilderness with pain than eat at a table with the wicked for some gain. I seen the trap, the snare, the scheme, wolves in sheep clothes living out a dream. But I stay strapped with Psalms and Alaham, armor of the Most High, sharper than they saying. One time I was broke, couch to couch sleeping, stomach touching back, but I still kept preaching. Could've robbed, could've stole, devil steady reaching, but I leaned on the word like the Spirit kept teaching.
Better is a poor man who walks in his integrity than one who is crooked though he be rich. Proverbs 28, that's real, that's real.
Even if I had the world and all its gold, what profit if I lose my soul? Whether mansion or the mud, I keep it holy. Even when the weight of the world try to fold me, I ain't sell my soul, I walk in truth boldly. Integrity and Yasha, that's what mold me. From the palace to the pit, I stay lowly. Heart circumcised, can't nothing control me. Even if I had it all or if I'm lonely, I fear Abba first, that's what he showed me.
I told myself if I ever made it, never let this world reshape it. Rich in mercy, that's my playlist. I'm trying to please the one who made this, so when I stand in front of the throne, he gon' say, well done, not you gone. Integrity ain't just for show, it's how you act when nobody know. I had nothing but the Most High gave me plenty. Rich in the spirit, never needed 20, never that. Counting blessings, not bands in my city. Kept my name clean, integrity.
Yasha. No more division, no split decision. Tribes waking up from the world's religion. 12 gates, one kingdom, no superstition. We bringing fire now, truth with precision. No division in the body, we moving as one. Tribe by tribe, yeah, the kingdom gon' come. You can't stop what the Most High begun. Ain't no love in Babylon, we done. No division, no division. We the chosen ones and we rising up strong. Came from the block where the wicked was praised. Learned how to hustle, duck shots in the maze. No love in the street, just wolves in the face. Till I cracked open scripts, saw the ancient of days. I was Judah in the mirror, not a thug with a fade. Had to cut my ways off like a spiritual blaze. No more crippled blood, I'm a soldier in faith. We the 12 lost tribes, now we stepping in grace. But they trying to keep us split with a worldly mind. Got us beefing over doctrine like we ain't got time. But the prophets never folded, they stood in line. Now it's truth over feelings, every word divine. No division in the body, we moving as one. Tribe by tribe, yeah, the kingdom gon' come. You can't stop what the Most High begun. Ain't no love in Babylon, we done. No division, no division. We the chosen ones and we rising up strong. I seen envy, I seen pride, I seen camps go to war over petty little things, what we fighting for. Ain't no crown for the proud or reward for the fake. Only those who endure gonna escape that lake. He said love your brother, don't trip on rank. We the body of the king, better guard your flanks. Ain't no cliques in the kingdom, just tribes and truth. From Asher to Zebulon, we all got proof. Stop the gossip, the slander, the sideways looks. When Yeshua come back, he gon' open the books. So I walk in the spirit, not the lust of man. I'm a Hebrew with a purpose, not part of the scam. We too strong to be fighting each other. You my brother, not my rival, my cover. Let's go. 12 stones in the FI shining like thunder when the trumpet sound. We marching in number. Ooh, yeah. Marching number. No division, no strife, no blunders. They divided us in slavery. But the Most High bringing unity through prophecy. No more camps tripping, no more doctrines clashing. Just one faith, one law, one king, Yeshua. No division.
I came from pain, but I walk in grace. Heart made of stone, turned soft in his face. Used to chase gold, now I chase truth. Spirit got fire like it's trapped in a booth. Mama said, boy, don't forget your roots. But now I know roots ain't enough without fruits. Love ain't just words, it's deeper than breath. It's loving the Most High till my last step. Keep his commands, that's how I show love. More than emotion, it's sent from above. Told my brother we can't break what we are. 12 tribes strong, we was made by the stars. You could keep hate, I'm chosen to heal. Love the Most High, that's the realest deal. With all my might, mind, soul, and heart, that's how the kingdom gon' start. Full love the Most High with all I got. Ain't no halfway in this walk. Some love my neighbor, no fake insight. Greatest law, this truth, this faith. It's written, sealed in my chest. This love is real. No need to boast, no need to flex. I serve the love, I give my best. I've seen brothers break laws just to chase a crown. Seen sisters lose faith when they broken down. But what's the love? Love ain't stitched in it. A nation can't rise when the soul ain't in it. I used to hate, used to plot revenge, till the word hit my chest like the world gon' end. Now I pray when they talk behind my back, and I build when they try to break my path. Love ain't soft, it's strong enough to die. It turn water to wine and open the sky. It forgives when it hurts, even bleeds when it's right. It lifts up the low when they can't stand a fight. So I don't just speak it, I move in love. From the block to the booth to the throne above. Greatest commandment, not just for show. It's the only path this kingdom know.
Love is the weight that holds the crown. The reason we rise, the reason we bow down, is keeping his laws when nobody looking. It's feeding your brother when your own pot cooking. You can't fake it. It shows in the light, you can't bend it. It walks upright, it ain't. Love, no need to no bait that. Love, don't wait, that holds the crown. The reason we rise, the reason we bow down, is keeping his laws when nobody looking. It's feeding your brother when your own pot cooking. You can't fake it, it shows in the light. You can't bend it, it walks upright. It ain't love, my nigga. All I got, and you're halfway, it's no. No more division, no split decision. Tribes waking up from the world's religion. 12 gates, one kingdom, no superstition. We bringing fire now, truth with precision. No division in the body, we moving as one. Tribe by tribe, yeah, the kingdom gon' come. You can't stop what the Most High begun. Ain't no love in Babylon, we done. No division, no division. We the chosen ones and we rising up strong. Came from the block where the wicked was praised. Learned how to hustle, duck shots in the maze. No love in the street, just wolves in the face. Till I cracked open scripts, saw the ancient of days. I was Judah in the mirror, not a thug with a fade. Had to cut my ways off like a spiritual blaze. No more crippled blood, I'm a soldier in faith. We the 12 lost tribes, now we stepping in grace. But they trying to keep us split with a worldly mind. Got us beefing over doctrine like we ain't got time. But the prophets never folded, they stood in line. Now it's truth over feelings, every word divine. No division in the body, we moving as one. Tribe by tribe, yeah, the kingdom gon' come. You can't stop what the Most High begun. Ain't no love in Babylon, we done. No division, no division. We the chosen ones and we rising up strong. I seen envy, I seen pride, I seen camps go to war over petty little things, what we fighting for. Ain't no crown for the proud or reward for the fake. Only those who endure gon' escape that lake. He said love your brother, don't trip on rank. We the body of the king, better guard your flanks. Ain't no cliques in the kingdom, just tribes and truth. From Asher to Zebulon, we all got proof. Stop the gossip, the slander, the sideways looks. When Yeshua come back, he gon' open the books. So I walk in the spirit, not the lust of man. I'm a Hebrew with a purpose, not part of the scam. We too strong to be fighting each other. You my brother, not my rival, my cover. Let's go. 12 stones in the FI shining like thunder when the trumpet sound. We marching in number. Ooh, yeah. Marching number. No division, no strife, no blunders. They divided us in slavery. But the Most High bringing unity through prophecy. No more camps tripping, no more doctrines clashing. Just one faith, one law, one king, Yeshua. No division.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's your boy.
This brother could get Charleston White out
I
here.
ain't want to do it because he might call the police on us.
He'll take the stand on you.
Oh, well, it's funny. But yeah, hey, man, all praise to the Most High, man. We back with another one. You know, it's been a minute. Shit, we got bats flying around. We in the wilderness for real, man. It's a bat flying around. But yeah, it's been a minute since we've been on this podcast thing, man. We've been out here working, moving and grooving, taking care of business like we supposed to for the Father. And Yeah, like I said, we back with another one, and all praise to the Father. The new stuff we've been working on is music, and everything that you heard playing at the beginning of this segment was all our music. Division,
Mm-hmm.
integrity, uh, the Greatest Commandment,
Mm-hmm.
self-titled podcast episode, the Greatest Commandment. What is it, King Judah on it, and all these songs. These are special songs, original songs, and special. The reason why I say special because they're not on this album that that you see on the screen right there. But this album you see on the screen is titled Austere King,
Mm-hmm.
and it's presented by us. Unified Gift, which is Akbanayim and Yaak Ibar. We put this thing together. We put our feelings in this thing. We just work to praise the Father. We got something to do. Because we had a lot of bondage back in the States. We ain't no bondage, but Christ. Christ is our bondage as men. So
That's right. Say that again, bro.
Christ is our bondage as man.
That's right.
That's who we up under bondage, not man, but as man. Christ is our bondage, and that's what we doing, man. We working for the Father, just moving and grooving. There ain't no stopping to the cradle cap. What is that? Ain't no stopping to the
casket drop.
Yeah, to the casket drop.
To the casket drop. That's how we roll.
Most deaf, man. Hey, we out here, man. Praise the Father. We got another one. Like I say, it's self-titled, The Greatest Commandment. And it's a timely hookup right here because of what's going on in the atmosphere right now in the community, quote unquote. It's a lot of hatred amongst each other, and a lot of times in these situations, it usually be one way, but the other person replying on some, defense. I got to keep my name good, So, man, the Aqua was talking about this the other day, like, all you got is your name in this world, and there's nothing wrong with protecting that. Because when you leave, you don't want nobody talk, even though you ain't gonna be there, but you still don't want nobody talking that junk like, hey, he wasn't Jack.
And then your children got to fight for your name. You know what I'm saying?
And that brings something on them. Now they out here looking bad or whatever the situation is. Yeah, that's straight up. I didn't even think about that part. That's straight up. So yeah, man.
Especially, and then if you living wild out here in the secret, you live in the secret life. You wild out here. You know what I'm saying? And then what somebody may be saying concerning your name is true. You know what I'm saying? Now your kids fighting a fight that they don't know nothing about.
Yeah, I ain't think about that.
So it's about. That's why it's so important when it comes to integrity. That's why the question at the bottom down there say that's going through. Hold on, we got the ticker.
Yeah, it's up there. Hey, that's Austere King streaming on all platforms. Y'all show some love, man. Go check that music out. It's something different. It's all original.
There we go.
But yeah, they're gonna ticker again.
There you go. Now see the ticker down there. It say, let's read that there. Yeah, y'all. That's the emails and the donations and stuff like that. Yep. But right here it say, are the Israelites lacking love? How important is integrity? Those are two questions. Are the Israelites lacking love, and how important is integrity? Right? Because that's the thing we talking about now. Is integrity really? I want y'all to look this word up, to understand it concerning the word. Yeah. Is integrity truly important? How important is it to our walk? Because so many of us, we think that just because we keeping these commandments that was written, right? We think just because we keeping these commandments, oh, I'm keeping the Sabbath, or I'm, I don't worship no other gods. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, when I say obviously, I'm talking about, a lot of people may presume words. You might see them not to serve another God. You know what I'm saying? But you don't know what people do in private.
Exactly.
And I'm not saying outright. They may not outright serve another God in private, but they may unknowingly or understandingly serve another God in private, right? Because they'll get around you and they'll do all the things that they know to do, and then they'll go behind you and do some things that you be like, what the heck, right? So that's the question. You know what I'm saying? Those are the two questions. Yeah. And I'll leave it there. I'll let you go ahead and guide it in a direction. But I just wanted to bring that forth because that right there is huge.
Yeah.
In my eyes, those are two huge questions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's up with the Israelites?
Man, what's up with them?
You know?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Being in the States, you walk past the wrong color, you might think you cripping and blood.
Man.
Man, you walk past a
Where your
purple
fringes
shirt.
at,
Yeah,
bro?
yeah,
All that
exactly.
type
A
of
black
thing,
shirt
you know?
with your boots at. No. Hey, man, hey, bro. It's a scary situation because there's no love. Like on some real, it's no love.
Mm.
And why I say that is because what you just said. Where's your fringe? Like, bro, out of all everything going on, first thing you gonna say is, "Where's my friend?" What about Shalom?
Right.
How you doing today, bro?
Right.
Nah, bro, you cut your beard.
Right. Why I gotta be a situation? Why I gotta be a situation where we start off on the wrong foot or start off on the foot of a
Discourse or something like that.
misunderstanding first? Why not start off on the foot of understanding? Okay, we Israel, we understand that. I see you got your fringes on.
Mm-hmm.
I see you acknowledge that you Israel. Hey, bro, I'm not even finna ask you why you ain't got your fringes. What's up with that? You know what I'm saying? Or when it come to a name,
Yeah.
right? When it come to a name, we don't have, and that's where the integrity,
Now, just about to get that definition.
right? That's where those things must kick in at, right? Let me take this album cover now.
Streaming
Album
on
cover.
all platforms.
Unified Gifts, Austere King, right? The album is available right now. Y'all go check it out. We got some good music on there, man. Good music, man. It's in the music ministry is very important when it comes to the Most High and His walk, because the music actually keeps you in the spirit of integrity, especially if the music is righteous. You know, evil communication corrupt good manners. So you start listening to certain songs, and you'll begin to act those things out because those are the things that you're feeding yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you are what you eat. All right.
Yeah.
So, hey man, check us out.
Yeah.
What
You
you
just
got there,
said
bro?
that. You just said something too. I want to get the scripture right quick. Ephesians what's that? Ephesians 5:19 real quick.
Mhm.
Because you just said something key, and then I'm gonna get that integrity. Now that you said what you said, because you said the music industry is important. You know,
Music ministry.
ministry. My
Yeah.
bad. Yeah. What's that? Ephesians 5:16. I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about singing. Okay, I think that's okay. 19. Okay, yeah. Ephesians 5:19. Real quick, y'all. Let's just go with the ox said. Why is it so important? Ephesians 5:19. It says, speaking to yourselves in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing and making melody in your hearts to the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we are. We speaking to each other in this music. Because something we bringing out can help you throughout that day or whatever. It's a message in everything that's going on, whether it's good or bad. Let's just do it on the good side, though.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what all I wanted to get real quick, just to show why we doing this. Everybody got a ministry. Hey, this our ministry, you know. So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, man. You know, hey, we ain't, you know, hey, we understand this thing, man. You know, all praises to the Father.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but yeah, like we was talking about earlier, the question is, are the Israelites lacking love, and how important is integrity? Right?
Mm-hmm.
How important is integrity? First, we need to understand what integrity is. Right?
Yep.
You got the definition on that, my brother?
Most deaf. Integrity. The quality of being honest and having strong moral principles.
Mm.
Strong moral principles.
It's the what?
The quality of being honest and having strong moral principles.
Honesty and strong moral principles. And we're gonna get the definition from the scriptures, right?
Most deaf.
Let's go to Proverbs 20:7. Proverbs 20:7. I got it right here, bro. Don't worry about it. Proverbs 20:7. And I'm gonna read this definition real fast because I think this is really important. I think that integrity is because integrity is what you're walking with. It's what you carry. It's
The
what
moral.
people see in you.
Yeah.
You understand? It's not the only thing it can be described as you operating.
Yeah.
You have to show integrity. Integrity ain't something that you can talk.
Yeah.
It's something that you show, right? So we at Proverbs 20:7. The just man walk in his integrity, his children are blessed after him. Because your children gonna understand and see that, and they're gonna operate in it. That's when you bring upon a generational blessing instead of a generational curse. You see?
Yeah. Yeah. You can tell them by their fruits.
Exactly. Those fruits, the children gonna see those fruits. You ain't even got to talk to your children on certain things. They just gonna see you operate, and they're gonna move. They're gonna move like their daddy move. They're gonna move like their mama move.
Because why? They know this is how they operate anyway. This is no gimmick. This is
They
no
not
fake.
playing.
Exactly.
I see how they do on a daily basis.
Like
I live with them.
what the song say. No schemes. I ain't part of the schemes. I'm
Yeah.
part of how I go. It's something
I
like
ain't
that.
part of the scheme. That's all I know. But yeah.
Yeah. No, ain't no schemes. It's what it is. The kids even know.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what we about. We about that. We about integrity. We about walking in that integrity. A lot of it's a lot of things we can say about a lot of people, but we don't. It's a lot of things that we can get on camera, set up, and be like, this what this person did, or this how I feel concerning this situation. We don't do that. We don't do that.
Yeah.
What we do is we take things that we've dealt with or had happen to us, and we put it into a lesson to where all can be edified concerning. Whether someone may get offended concerning what it is we have said, but at least we had enough integrity to edify concerning the situation. See, that's what it's about.
Honesty.
Right. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. All praises to the Father for that. That just boom. You know?
For sure. For sure. Cause hey, right now it's a very cloudy atmosphere in the community right now. And let me make this disclaimer right now. Everything that's going on this segment is strictly for the Hebrew Israelite community because it's a lot of, like I say, it's very cloudy right now in the community. You got brothers out here doing whatever they doing with their wives. You know what I'm saying? You got brothers out here hating on the next man because he want to grow and develop and leave your gathering or your church or whatever, your camp, whatever you want to call it.
And this ain't nothing new.
Nothing new. There's nothing new up under the sun. You had these same issues back then. It's the same thing now. And like I tell my wife, I tell her, these things are only meant for us to grow and get taught in. After a certain amount of time, it don't take 4, 5, 6, 10 years to know your position with the Most High in Christ. What it takes is for you to get in these joints, learn what you need to learn, and get out here and go get the lost sheep. That's the lightest thing we can do for the Most High. I tell you that in the scriptures. That's the least thing we can do for the Most High. But folks want to sit here and get in these groups or cliques or camps or church, like I say, whatever you call it, and they forget their role, especially as man. That's who the Most High really looking at is the man, because we have a certain job for him. And the Ak was talking about that, not putting no names out there, but he was talking about that. Like he had a situation, the Most High showed him, look, you neglected me, now I'm going to teach you something. And that's for all of us, man. The Most High, eventually, if we neglect him, he's going to teach us a lesson. And that's what we don't want. It's a terrible thing to fall into the hands of the living God.
I don't believe that.
We don't want that. I don't want that. That's why I choose to make the decision I made for me and my family. Even though, it was backlash coming from my own household, coming from those outside of it, because people didn't understand at the time. I don't move off of emotions and feelings. I move off of logic. And it was logical for me to get out of a situation when I felt like there was no love there, or no integrity no more in this situation, So as men, we have a job to do for the Father, and we can't be attached to these things. Like, women, they get attached to certain stuff. There's nothing wrong with it. That's a woman. But man, us as men, Only thing we need to be attached to is the Most High and Christ. It tell you that in what's that Act 6? We just reading that, I believe. What should I put down? Should I put this book down and pick up plates?
Right.
I'm just paraphrasing, but
Right.
they talk about that. Hey, I'm not about to pick up no plate. That's your job. My job is to do this work, and we got to do this work
As men.
As men, we got to do this. You know,
as men. And see, sisters, that ain't no slight to you.
nah,
But your work ain't our work.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of sisters that get on, a lot of sisters that start thinking that they supposed to, oh, God called me to go out here and this and that. You know what I'm saying? It's not
That's
your
not
place,
your
baby.
job.
It's not your place, baby girl. You understand? The Most High is men are the flock of his pasture.
Most
It's
definitely.
us who's supposed to go out there. And this is just love
Yeah.
that we speaking to you. We telling you what it is. Your place is to be a keeper at home. That's your place, sister.
Yeah.
And ain't nothing wrong with that, because guess what? That's a help to the men of
I
God.
was just about to get to that.
That's the help. That's a help to the men of God. All right. So, and that's one of the greatest things you can do now, because you bringing comfort. You're being a comforter in your home, just like the Ruach is being a comforter. The Holy Spirit has been a comforter to the Most High, so that he don't have to worry about certain aspects, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing that we need from you, and ain't nothing wrong with that. But I just felt like I should say that.
Hey, no, that's real talk. Hey, and I'm glad you went there, because that's real talk. Because sometimes we lose our how should I put it? We basically forget our roles with the Most High. What I mean by we is male as well as female. Males get up under these other dudes and forget, hey, you supposed to do something too. And females get up under and start learning with the males and think like, hold up, I'm supposed to do that. No, you're not. You're supposed to be up under me,
Right.
and I'm supposed to be up under Christ. And Christ is under the Most High. It's the order.
Exactly.
Ordained from the beginning.
Exactly.
So we got to understand this stuff.
Because she was created to be a helpmeet to you.
Meet your requirements.
We were created to be a helpmeet to
exactly,
Christ.
to Christ.
Right?
Exactly. Bring souls to my Father. I'm gonna teach y'all something.
Yeah.
And what I teach y'all go out here and do.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let no man be a hindrance to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because what you do after you leave here is between you and the Father.
Mm-hmm.
They can teach you, because it tell you that in Scripture. I give you teachers. I give some for prophets.
Yeah.
I give this. It tell you this. So some of us is meant for certain things, and we can't let nobody be a hindrance to that, regardless of what they.
We can't hold on. We can't let nobody be. I don't want to cut you off from what you're saying, because you're flowing.
Mhm.
But like, I just want to magnify what you said, bro. You said some was meant to be teachers, right?
Most definitely.
Well, you was getting ready to go with that. Bring it. Or did I mess you up?
No. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No. Did I mess you up?
No, what I was saying was some meant to be teachers, because, like I was saying with the male and female thing, you have males sitting back while you have a female come forward like, look, I got this, that. That's not your job. It was some meant for teachers, as in, like you said, the scriptures tell us that the pasture of the Most High flock are men. Okay. So some of these men were supposed to be teachers. Some of these men were supposed to be prophets. Some of these men were supposed to do this. Men were supposed to do that. That's why I was going with it.
Okay, I see.
Because at the end of the day, if we not doing this work, then the Most High, what Christ say? Well, I take yours and give it to somebody else and double theirs. Who doing there?
Mm-hmm.
The Ox said, shouts out to the Ox Palau. He said a couple of weeks ago, we was on some, I forgot what we was talking, or we was on some, maybe one of the chats or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, he said something that was real important. If nobody is working, what is Christ coming back to? What is Christ coming back to? We was always taught coming up in this walk, the kingdom is within us, right? Mm-hmm. So how the freak we supposed to get the kingdom if we're not putting it out? It's within us. Let's put it out. First, starting by loving and gathering with one another, not just with one another's clique or camp or church. No, with one another as a whole. And you can't come with us talking about can two walk together unless they agree. Yeah, because you agree with Christ, I agree with Christ. So yes, we can. So all that buffoonery can go to the side. That right there is division. That's divisive.
Right.
That's why we ain't got no love.
See, like we've been saying, bro, everybody separated based off of the commandments of men.
Most doubt.
And that's why Christ went so hard on the Pharisees in that 15th chapter of Matthew. Matthew 15. That's why Christ went so hard on them Pharisees, because them Pharisees was talking about go wash your hands as though it was a commandment. They can't eat unless they wash their hands, as though it was a commandment.
Exactly.
Right now, you got the Christian church to flip that into talking about you can eat whatever you want to eat, when that ain't what the whole situation was about.
Exactly.
The situation was about eating with unwashed hands, but at the same time, Christ had to check them and let them know, listen, you talking about a doctrine and a commandment of men.
Yep.
I'm talking about the doctrine and the commandments of the Most High.
Yeah.
And that's what we talking about.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what we talking about. When you hear us talk this love, because that's what we talking. When you hear us talk this love, we talking the doctrine and commandments of Christ. That's what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's about. They get it twisted.
Yeah.
They get it twisted. Just like you got all these people finna go out here and celebrate Easter, right? Today, Good Friday, right?
Yeah.
So-called the day when Christ was, because they don't have no understanding, right? And this is not to disrespect nobody and what they doing. This is just truth, right? You got all these people getting ready to go and deal with this holiday, right?
Yeah.
In total misunderstanding.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because why? It's a doctrine and commandment of men. It ain't got nothing to do with Christ. It ain't got nothing to do with the Most High. The word Easter itself comes from a star.
Mm-hmm.
A star or Astarte or Ashtoreth, the same goddess that Solomon fell to. It's a goddess.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Same goddess. So we fall into the commandments of men. Now, I'm saying this because the question is, are the Israelites lacking love? Are the Israelites lacking love? Because if we approach people in love, can we not get them to understand these things that we talking? What's so hard about it? Didn't you said it's a light thing, right?
Light thing.
Isaiah 49.
Yeah.
It says it's a light thing that thou shouldest be a servant unto me, to raise up the tribes of Judah, and to be a light unto the Gentiles, to raise up the tribes of Israel, and to be a light unto the Gentiles. It's a light thing. It's small. That's easy to do.
Yeah.
But you got to be operating in love.
Yeah. Humility.
You got to be operating in love in order to accomplish this.
Mm-hmm. And what do it say also? I believe that's Paul when he say charity edifieth.
Yeah.
Like you said, operate in love to accomplish this. That's it. Charity edify. If you're not operating in love or charity, nobody is about to listen.
Exactly.
Nobody want to hear that.
Exactly.
You got these dudes over in the States talking about the white man, we did it. We God's people, y'all nothing, y'all just spittle. Give me second nature. Like, bro, that's no love.
Exactly. Exactly.
To the Gentiles.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Go ahead. That's a version of commandments of man right there.
Exactly.
But go ahead.
But no, that's what it's all about, though. It's all about, bro, throw everything out the window. It's all about love. Love and charity cover a multitude of sins.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
It's all about love. It's all about the integrity that we operating with.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about that. It ain't about nothing else. James 1:27. Let me read this.
I was just about to say, get it.
James 1:27.
I was thinking about that earlier.
Right? Let me get it real quick. This just popped in my mind.
Yeah. Why you get that? Yeah, I'm just keep talking so we don't have no gaps or whatever. But yeah, that perfect love, man. You know why a lot of people can't do it though? Fear. What it say? Perfect love cast out fear.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fear amongst our people. They scared to really love.
Yeah. Look, check this out. Our people say, our people. Well, James is our people, but our ancestor. Just James 1:27. Pure religion and undefiled before the Most High and before Christ and the Father is this: to visit the fatherless and the widows in their affliction, and to keep himself unspotted from the world. That's what it's all about. Visiting the fatherless and the widows, that's love. These people don't have young people that don't have a father to guide them. You're supposed to be instead of a father to them.
Yeah.
And women that don't have a husband to lead them. You're supposed to be instead of a husband to them. That's what that's about. That's talking about the nation first.
Mm-hmm.
And when the Gentiles see that, that'll be a light unto them because the Gentiles already operate this way with their people in certain capacity.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's us that don't operate like that with each other.
Mm-hmm. Even when the Gentiles don't get along, they can still operate like that to accomplish something.
Exactly.
We can't even operate like that to accomplish. We can't even open a business together before an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Like it say, is there love amongst us? How important is integrity?
Exactly.
Like we can't even open a business together. We could make $100 and start beefing over $50 a piece. Like what the? Come on, now that's $50, man. We can get 50K a piece before an issue at least. God dang. And I ain't even saying at least because we don't need to issue at all.
Mm-hmm.
But at least do something. God dang.
Bro, we having arguments, petty arguments. You know what I'm saying? Over situations that don't need to be argued over. And then we having public arguments. We make a public spectacle of ourselves arguing. That's why the nation's laughing at us.
Yeah.
All the other people, they laughing at us. You know what I'm saying? Even when we come into the so-called truth, claiming to be Israel and all that. Not saying that it ain't true. We are Israel. Not saying that it ain't true, but I'm saying the so-called truth because a lot of people call the truth knowing you Israel. When the truth is this love we talking about.
Exactly.
You know?
So it's Caucasians in the truth knowing that they're Caucasians?
No doubt about it.
But
if they operating in this love, they in the truth as well.
And I was just saying that because of the sarcasm of just saying you Israel. I'm in the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like
if they operating in Christ and this love, they are in the truth as well.
Most definitely. Especially when they operating in Christ.
Yeah.
To the best of their ability, even if they don't know this, at least they trying. I know, and it's crazy because I know some Gentiles that been more cool with me than my own peoples. Like on some for real. Like I told you about my man's whose father was what's that? The Nazi thing. Yeah. I was the only black person that ever came in this crib. I ended up being cool with his mama. Even the dog was cool with me. But at the end of the day, they were showing love. I was a brother, ain't had nothing to do, nowhere to go at the time. They brought me in. That's something my own peoples didn't even do.
That's what's up, man.
You know what I'm saying? That's just love. And at the same time, they knew the type of person I was, the integrity that I walked in. They knew I wasn't no goofy. They knew it was truth with me. You know, so hey, operating that way, you get that love back.
Yeah, you do.
And that's what people don't understand. I mean, why things ain't going right for me? Why Because you don't have integrity. You don't have love.
Exactly. How you treating people?
Exactly.
How you treating people? You could, and then how you treating people when people ain't around. A lot of times people they'll play a role in front of you, and they'll treat people a certain way and do things for you to see.
Yeah.
But when you ain't around, they dogging somebody. They treating that same person a whole nother way, man. And that person ain't gonna say that. That's like the Nazareth and the rich man effect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some of these people, they'll treat you bad when ain't nobody. And then some of them treat you bad because people around. And then when they ain't around nobody, they treat you good. What kind of mess is that?
My bad, bro. I ain't mean to do that. You know
that mean that person's soft. They're a coward.
That's exactly what it is.
You know?
What if you do it to them? Then what? It's gonna be an issue, ready to fight, blah, blah, blah. And low key, that's kind of what's going on in the community right now. A brother standing up for himself on some righteousness. And then you got these leaders who's out here going at this brother, giving him a bad name. I don't know the full situation, but the only reason I could speak on this because, and this no disrespect to nobody, but I can actually speak on this because I actually went through the same situation with the same church. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't even on this brother level. You know, we all one, but in our community, you know, we got different levels when it comes to talents and gifts and stuff. And this brother up there, especially when it comes to music, and shouts out to him. Most High Willie, he run across this video and you know, and show us some love. We standing up for you, bro. We standing up. The scriptures tell us who shall stand up for righteousness.
Man, we've been through it.
We've been through it.
We've been there.
Man, we had brothers looking at us crazy just for doing what's best for our family. it's
I'm talking about we went against the order and all of
the
that.
order. Who
We
order?
went against the order.
My order is with Christ, not
You
no
better
man.
understand that.
Oh, you leaving before the church? Blah 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 blah. Man,
Mhm.
before the church? What the freak you mean?
What church?
What church? Christ is the church. We are the church as a
Right.
whole. He's the head of it. Should I
Exactly.
say? So who order I'm going against? Maybe I'm going against Christ in the Most High, following man, listening to you.
Mm,
When y'all call it talking about shut it down.
mm,
Don't tell us to shut something down. We using our gifts and talents to wake up the lost sheep, bro.
mhm.
Like, and I can't believe, and I talk about this every day when I get a chance, like how I see these dudes sitting back watching this or allowing this. We got
Mhm.
brothers that was with us during these situations that could have spoke up for us, but didn't because they ain't had no integrity. All they had was knee pads. If y'all know what I mean by knee pads, you know what I'm saying? Not just being straight up. They had knee pads. They could have stood up for us because we was actually doing something righteous, and they let these dudes do whatever.
I could dig it.
We had elders talking about this, bro. If he's so smart, why he ain't up here teaching? It ain't about that, bro. We just edifying each other, man.
The body's supposed to
body
edify itself. You know what I'm saying? So, it don't make no difference who bringing nothing.
At
If
all.
it's coming out, that's a
At
part
all.
of the praise the Most High.
All praise.
You know?
But
Man.
we got some people that get on high horses and forget how to calm down. So
Mhm.
eventually, what's gonna happen? The Most High gonna bring them down, that's
right.
what's going on.
That's
and not
right.
just with the body we come from. All these bodies, we got brothers being exposed for homosexuality type acts. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
All this stuff was done in the dark gonna come to the light. Like the ox say, it ain't about what you're doing in front of us; it's what you're doing behind us.
Mhm.
Like all this stuff gonna get exposed, man.
Mhm.
And heck, some of these folks even exposed themselves. You got the leader over there at the other joint, UPK, talking about just come out, just get the shot so we can get back outside. Man, what kind of leader is you to tell us to poison ourselves? You know what I'm saying? It sounds like you want to go lust. We just want to get back to the beach.
Then you got another one with his wife coming out talking about he getting
That's
paid.
what I'm talking about with the homosexual.
You know what I'm
act.
saying? Yeah, and that all that stuff is crazy, man. And we ain't supposed to say nothing about it because who they is and the stature they hold. Nah.
A righteous man judge all.
Nah. You got that twisted. Man. You know what I'm saying?
You're supposed to speak up on bad stuff that's happening in your community.
Because they want them people to keep their position. You want them to keep their position so they can continue to operate the way they operate.
Man,
That's what you want.
how about
That's
this?
crazy, man.
On some worldly stuff, but I ain't gonna say it, but F their position. I say that.
Not for real.
For real. Because that position ain't worth nothing when it comes to our souls.
Right about that.
Like, dog.
Mhm.
Our souls, our nation coming together, gather old nation not desire before the decree.
Before the decree.
That's what's important. Forget that dang on position. Because at the end of the day, if he cared about that position or they cared about that position, you wouldn't be out here acting like a buffoon.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting here blaming dudes and lying on folks, not being honest about certain stuff.
Hey, I don't know him.
Man,
I don't know him.
you will be teaching the whole gospel instead of sugarcoating stuff and catering to certain feelings and certain sides. No, man, forget that.
Mm-hmm.
This thing, if we in the truth, it comes with everything.
And it's a whole lot of favoritism amongst these bodies too. So-called bodies, because we only got one body. These people, you don't even, we the body of this. We got the body over here. The body of, no, it's one body.
One man, one
body. One body. Oh, the body over here. The body in Detroit. The body over here. The body. Nah, it's one body. One.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's one. Don't forget that. Why you got these people sitting on the front pews in your churches or your camps, sitting on the back pews, they got their stuff reserved as though they ain't a part of the body. They something different that stands out on the. They the crown jewel of the body.
Just because of favoritism or respect of person.
Exactly, respect the persons. That's the issue. That's what's gonna get you destroyed. That's what's gonna bring you down. Your respect of persons.
Yeah.
And then see the way things be handled when it comes to certain people. If you have a certain stature amongst a certain body, right? If you have a certain stature or a certain platform, right? And you say, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
You say, I'm leaving, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're going to run you down. Oh, we don't want you to do that. You know why we don't want you to do that? You know why we don't want you to do that? Because they fear you taking people with them.
Exactly.
When the scriptures tell you, what's that, St. John the 10th chapter? Where the Most High say, listen. Where Christ say, listen.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, these is in my Father's hand, can't be plucked out his hand.
Most
They can't be plucked out my hand because I'm ordained by the Father.
Exactly.
I'm just paraphrasing. That ain't what it say, but that's what it say.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So you ain't got nothing to worry about. What you got to worry about if somebody say they leaving? Let them go.
Exactly.
Let them go.
You ain't got to talk
because those that belong to the Most High is going to be there. It's quantity. Quality over quantity.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
We ain't forget that, did we? Because what the quantity brings what?
It brings more
dollars.
Hey, that's real.
Am I lying?
Hey,
with the quantity brings dollars, but with the quantity, I'm getting messed up.
Yeah.
With the quantity brings dollars, but with the quality brings solidarity.
No doubt.
It brings unity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what it brings. It's a nation building. That's what it's about. Yeah. Man, I'll just sip my wine.
Come on. Hey, that's real for real, man. But hey, like you say, man, and even like the Ox said, man, it come to a point. It ain't about Christ in the Most High no more. It's about what you just say. That paper.
It's about that dollar.
Paper. Gotta get that paper.
That's what it becomes, man.
Thing, I get that.
And look. We ain't trying to. We not. Come on, man. Listen. We really not trying to throw no shade at anybody. We really not. It's all about the truth, man.
Right,
Come on now.
Wrong is wrong.
Are the Israelites lacking love, and how important is integrity? Because somebody with integrity would not lie on people.
Give them a bad name.
You ain't gonna put nobody out there publicly and lie on them. If you got integrity,
praise the Most High. Why? Because that brother, like he said, that brother kick it with us for real.
Yeah.
You can't put dirt on the name, and we already know the truth about it.
Exactly.
And that's hey. But you know why? We was talking about this the other day too. I don't know if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why a lot of these leaders can do these things is because they sit in around a bunch of yes sir, no sirs, a bunch of
and what a brother called con, right?
Con men,
because con is what in Hebrew? Yes. So they con men.
Yes, sir, no sir, anything, sir, Mr. Johnson.
Right, and I've never been that.
Me neither.
You know what I'm saying? I always been the type of brother. I'm an observant brother. I can observe a whole lot. A lot of y'all ain't probably even heard me. If anybody on here from my past or whatever, you probably ain't heard me talk this much. You know what I'm saying? As much as you see me talking on these cameras. But guess what? When you see me in person, I'm quiet a lot of the times, depending on who I'm around.
Yeah.
Because I'm observing. I'm paying attention.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I'm doing. I'm paying attention. I'm reading the room. I want to know what's going on, right? Because I'm trying to operate in a discerning spirit. And I'm not trying to. It's just something that's already been there. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I always operate. You know? And when I start seeing certain things, I know it's time to go.
Yeah.
I know when it's time to go. I'm like, hold up now. I saw that. You can't never think you crazy when you saw what you know you saw. You can't never think you crazy when you heard what you know you heard. You understand? You can't never think you crazy. You got to understand what it is and be like, look, let me make the proper adjustments according to what it is I'm seeing, what it is I'm hearing. That's how we got to operate. That's how we got to operate.
Yeah.
Because some of these people try to trick you off the streets. They trying to get you out the way.
Oh, trick you out of what? The kingdom.
Trick you out the well, that's the same thing.
Yeah, I know.
They trying to trick you out, because they trying to get you out the way.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to see you shining the way you shine. They don't want to see you talking the way you talk.
That's what's going on right now.
They don't want to see you operating the way you operating without them. If their name can't be stamped on it, or if they
didn't send it out.
Hey, bro,
yeah,
then it ain't of no, it's of no value, and it got to be destroyed or tore down.
Yeah.
Shut it down.
That's bullcrap, bro.
Shut it down. We shut it down.
We done heard that so many times, bro. And we was actually operating on good terms when it comes to the Most High and Christ and the streets with the people. Not to cut you off, but when you said that junk hit something because with the basketball thing, we was staying in one of the most deadliest, sickest hoods in Detroit. Over there in North End of Detroit. What me and his brother was doing with the brothers and everybody that came and kicked it with us, the sisters and all that, barbecues and basketball.
Yeah.
We had a whole community that wasn't doing jack.
Hood fella, young hood, YNs.
Yeah, YNs. Like on some real YNs, like some hard heads. Man, we came out there. The Most High gave us a gift of playing basketball. We was good at what we did, even at an old age. So we used that.
Right.
Look,
I wasn't old then.
No, it wasn't.
I could dig it.
Compared to them,
Right.
Christ said, I'm going to make you fishers of men, right?
For sure.
In order to fish, what you got to do?
You got to have some bait.
Have good bait to catch what you need. And the good bait that we had was basketball.
Yeah.
Everybody, even if you don't play, you still play. Man, we had a whole community, no lie. We had folks all the way from Woodward coming over to hoop over there on Cardone. Yeah. And what happened? What you say? Shut it down.
Shut it down. They want you to shut it down.
Like, what's going on with that? Now you telling this other op, shut it down. You got the groups you teaching the Hebrew, shut it down. Like I told my wife, you don't never let nobody tell you to stop your gifts. Them Negroes ain't give you that gift, the Most High did. So you doing this for him. I don't care who don't like this. That's some sucker junk. Because in my eyes, I see that as jealousy or some type of form of envy or something.
So what happens when you trying to operate in that spirit of integrity and you around people who just want to stop it? You trying to show that
it's time to go.
You trying to
it's time to go.
I say the same thing. You trying to show it, because like you said, we doing all of these things. We trying to show our integrity to this neighborhood that need strong brothers from the hood that ain't scared to get out here and talk and kick it with nobody, right?
At all.
They need those type of brothers
that you're not doing
to be able to go into the nooks and crannies of the worst places in these cities we come from. That's able to go in here and be able to talk to the people because we understand the etiquette of the people where we come from. You know what I'm saying? And then you talking about shut it down. Hold up, wait a minute. How about I shut this down?
Yeah, exactly.
And say I'm done with this, but I'm going to do that.
Exactly.
Because that's what the Most High put in for me to do.
Exactly.
You can't tell me I ain't part of the body because I ain't part of your body.
Church. Oh, exactly. That body, exactly.
Right, because the body I'm a part of is greater than that body.
Exactly. And this is not to shame nobody. This is just speaking on truth because there's something going on right now in the community, like that question. Are the Israelites lacking love? How important is integrity? The reason why we're talking about this, because the Israelites is lacking love, and it starts with the leadership all the time.
Yes.
Because majority of our people, all we do is follow he say, she say type of stuff. Even in the world, we followed that. The one elder left the church, what everybody else do? Oh yeah, he wicked. Who is you to be mad at? You don't even know what's going on. You just following some dude. You weird just for following a man.
You real weird.
Weird as heck.
Real weird.
I'm gonna say it straight. Elder Gabar, the brother left the church. Yeah. Now everybody else hating on him. Like, man, what kind of dudes are y'all?
He tripping because he said polygyny and stuff like. Oh, he tripping.
Ain't nothing
man,
wrong.
Look here. Christ said, "Think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets. one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law until all be fulfilled.
Exactly.
And guess what? I can go into the law and read exactly what Elder Gabar was talking about.
Yeah. Like, what do you think? If you take on another one,
then the first one stuff shouldn't
diminish.
You know, it's laws concerning these things. So when you go in, and Christ said he ain't come to do away with them. So why are you tripping on this man?
That's crazy, man.
Because this other man said you should.
Oh, yes, sir. There go to Khan again. Khan man.
You know?
Khan. Yes. Yeah. He off.
And it ain't just them. See,
we only speaking from our experience.
We're speaking from our experience now, but I don't want to just speak about them because it's others.
Oh no, we're gonna go into them others.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
It's others as well.
Mm-hmm.
Are the Israelites lacking love? See, we got a whole lot of truth. We got a whole lot of understanding when it comes to the breakdown of the law and the scriptures and stuff like that. But the spirit of love, where's that?
Exactly. Because what did Christ bring?
He brought that. He brought
said
that.
No greater love than what?
Than the man that'll lay his life down for his brothers. But the thing is, where is that at?
Because ain't nobody laying their life down for their brother. They giving up their brother.
Let's talk about the brothers from IUIC. Let's talk about them. They went over to Kenya.
Yep.
In front of a Christian church and started teaching Christ is black, this, that, and the third. Now, bless their hearts, because they're probably in good spirits operating and doing this, right? But where the love at? Because the thing is, you should understand that they may not be ready for this in front of a Christian church. They just got a message from the pastor, the man who they look at and uphold as something great, right?
Yeah.
They look at this man and uphold him as something great. They feeling inspired. They feeling great coming out this church. And here you come trying to tear down what it is that they just felt that, that they just got a great feeling concerning.
Yeah.
It's not what you do, it's how you do it in certain situations. You don't have to go in front of it's plenty places to go and actually fish and get people who will actually operate with you.
Yeah.
And then you can catch some of those people walking and catch them and get on and talk to those Christians and stuff like that. Maybe the pastors will listen to you talk.
If you have a better approach.
If your approach is better.
Yeah.
Even those who may be taking some money or doing whatever they doing behind closed doors. If it be the Father's will for them to come to the truth, then they will. But that right there, I didn't think that was right
at all.
And I'm not saying that it was right for them to get stoned for that.
No.
But what I'm saying is maybe that's a lesson on how to operate better the next time.
Mm-hmm. Even though they was blessed after that to be put in a better position.
Oh no, that was great. That was great. That was a great situation.
You said that right there in itself was way off.
Mm-hmm.
Christ said, "Be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove." You wasn't wise, or you was harmless, and you was harmless.
Exactly.
Like you say, they came out from listening to who they thought was a good leader or a good message. Don't go out there, hey, this nigga lying, white man.
We not saying that you wrong for teaching the word.
No,
we ain't saying that.
Not at all.
We saying that the approach,
exactly,
right? If you operate better in a more wise posture, then maybe you're a gain mode. That's what we saying. And we see you gaining a whole lot, IUIC. So we ain't
working.
Yeah, we ain't saying we what this is what we saying. We saying exactly what we saying.
Mm-hmm. And on some real, like we were talking the other day, they the only ones we see on the continent reaching out to our people.
Yeah. In a way that they doing it.
Everybody else talking about those Hamites over there, bro. Look, we here.
Yeah.
Nigga, these Abrahamic folks over here, bro. I
Whether they be
them.
Israelites or not, there's a lot of Abrahamic people over here.
Man, the scriptures tell you a man of travel have much wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
We traveling, we here. Not saying we everything. Trust me, this not no boast, but this just going with what we talking about right now.
Mm-hmm.
We here. We see these people. We see certain things. Even in the scripture, you might see somebody over here that look like a Hamite. You go in the scripture, they could be a Levite. I'm gonna just say that. You know what I'm saying? That's later on down the road, But hey, it's a lot of stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
All praises to everybody that's kicking it with us too, man. Thank the Father for y'all that's showing love. Help us get this message out by hitting that thumbs up too. But this is a heavy topic because we got a lot of hatred amongst the community, and it's starting with a lot of the leaderships, man.
It's definitely with the leadership.
Definitely, and why you think that is? Could it be because they hating each other, and then they just trickling it down on the lower level people, and now the lower level people hating on each other too?
Well, think about it, man. The majority of people pattern themselves after who they look up to, after who they, who they gain they understanding from. You just pattern. It's just natural for you to do that because you don't have no direction, right? So you looking for somebody who to lead you, and you attach yourself to a person, and you think they operating in a certain spirit. You don't really know them like that. You ain't really spent much time with them like that, but you honor what they say. You honor the things that you see them saying, hear them saying, right?
That's real talk.
And you begin to operate like that. So you think they operating in the right way.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm speaking off this from because Brother Brian said something. Brother Brian said he wanted to be just like them men.
Yeah.
He said he wanted to be up on stage with them and all of that. I wanted to teach with them, preach with them. That was my dream. Yeah. And guess what? That was mine too for a minute.
Straight up.
I wanted to be the same way. So I understood and felt him when he said that.
Yeah.
I understood it.
Yeah.
But it comes to a point where you begin to realize as you grow up, because think about this, when we was young, we had adults who raised us, right? And we thought these adults was these great people. And and to a degree they were. They got us to a point to where we can begin to learn ourselves, right? And that's the same thing that's going on in these churches and these camps.
Exactly.
But we thought these people were so great when we was young. Remember how short you used to be? You look up like, dang, I thought you was tall when you get older. I thought you was super tall.
Now you looking down like, hey, son.
You see what I'm saying?
Nah, I feel you.
So once you begin to grow up, you start looking and you like, you know what? That person ain't what I thought they was. This person ain't what I thought it was. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You start to really understand the things going on around you. And you like,
because as you grow, you wisen up.
You begin to get more wisdom.
Same thing with these things. As you grow in this walk, you start wising up and being able to discern. Not to cut you off. Go ahead.
Yeah. And you start thinking like, I thought this was the most humble, meek. I thought this was the person walking in the most integrity.
Yeah.
And you realize that's not what it really was. That's not what it really is. You begin to realize that, right?
Yeah.
And it break your heart. You be heartbroken. You be like, oh man. Right? Yeah. And I seen that in that brother's face when I was watching that video. The brother was heartbroken. All the stuff he went through, the medical issues and all of that, nobody coming to visit him. And we know that's true because when we was there, we had situations where nobody came to visit us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we know that's true. Yeah. Where the love at, Israel?
Where's that?
Where the love at? You supposed to visit the fatherless and the widows. You damn sure supposed to visit those of your own body who's sickly.
What Christ say? Those in prison, like all that stuff, man. Yeah.
What's up with that? Where the love at concerning that? And we not supposed to speak up about it, right? It's supposed to be one-sided. We supposed to only speak on this side and say the thing, oh yeah, that brother tripping. Yeah, he was tripping, wasn't he? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But then you ain't say nothing to your elder who was bringing out all that stuff. You ain't say nothing to him.
But in Matthew 23, now that you saying that, it just came to mind. Who was Christ talking to during them situations? Matthew 23. What was that? Pharisees.
Yeah.
And when you go down to verse, I can't remember, like 15, something like that. The weightier matter of things. 23.
Yeah.
One of the main things that was the heaviest thing for us to do was what? Righteous judgment.
Yeah.
The weightier matter of things. Judgment, faith, mercy.
And mercy.
Judgment. And this is one of them situations right now.
All three.
But
all three come into play.
Mercy and faith. Yeah, that's straight up.
All three come into play.
Yeah. Now you say that. Yeah. But that judgment just stuck out because, like you said, you can talk about this side, but you can't talk about that side. And half the time, the person on this side really just defending their name. Or they whatever. Why this person giving it a bad name because certain benefits might leave, like you said earlier, when people follow that person. And that person actually brought a lot of people through that body because of his gifts and talent.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's crazy. Your gifts and talents bring these people in, and ain't nobody saying shut that down.
Exactly.
But then when you say I'm tired of this, I don't want to play this boys club or whatever it got,
Exactly.
whatever this going on no more. I need to go and work for the Father. He got something for me to do.
Yeah.
And you say you want to leave. Oh no, brother, come here. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
I've seen too many times you're gonna start a church.
Yeah, you're gonna start something
Like,
up,
what?
brother. It's gonna what?
What do that got to do with anything? I'm just
What?
trying to work. If that's what the Father got in our will, hey, so be it. But
How about you turning people against people who wants to leave? How about I can look at that and consider that cultish?
that's straight up. That's perfect. Cultish.
I can look at that and say, hold up, that's cultish.
See, Bruce get offended when that word come out, but if you really reflect and look, there's no need to be offended because
Yeah.
certain cultist acts do happen. I'm not about to sugarcoat it. That's real talk right there.
If I say, hey, look, I don't want to deal with this no more, they're gonna hit you up. Hey man, what's up going on? See, I don't play that with nobody. I'm not playing that.
Yeah.
Hey, you hit me up and say, hey, what's up? You know, I'm gonna tell you exactly where I'm at and what I'm doing. Hey, I'm doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And they be like, damn, oh. No, I ain't because I don't
I'll call
fear
you
you.
later.
Because I don't fear you.
Yeah.
I don't fear you. I don't gotta lie to you.
Yeah.
I don't have to lie to you. I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm a man.
Yeah.
I'm doing what I'm doing.
Mhm.
I ain't gotta hide nothing from none of y'all.
I don't
And see, that's the thing. You know, I remember when we left, right? We got over into Africa and we had a nice house. We was staying in this nice house when we first got here, right? And I had a phone, and my phone was still working off the US number, right?
Yep. Mine's too.
And the elder hit me up. And I knew when he hit me up, I said, they talking about me.
Yep.
They've been talking about me.
Yeah.
So I said, hello. Hey, how you doing? I'm like, I'm all right. What's going on? Hey man, where you at? I ain't seen you in a minute. Oh, I done moved to Africa.
Mhm.
You what? Yep, I moved to Africa. Oh, well, all right. And that was that.
Man,
That was that.
where's the love?
I'll hit you
You
back.
need anything?
All right,
Good. Da-da-da-da.
Damn, well, hold up. No, I'm just saying the
I know
reason
what you're saying.
because that was the last, that was it. It was like, bam, cut it off. It's done.
Exactly.
And I was like, damn.
And those that follow did what?
Yeah.
Cut you off.
But
too.
then I had brothers who would call me on the phone and I'd be talking to them and stuff, and they'd be like, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just wanted to talk to you for myself. I don't know. You went against the order. You went against the order, brother. I'm like, what order? You went against the order. You weren't supposed to leave without, the elders. Who hold up. I'm a man. I'm a man. I ain't gotta wait on no man. What I gotta wait on the man for?
So the man got to guide you and your wife
Dog, and gotta
and
guide
your
me and my wife.
kids
Man, I know what's best for my home.
and your dog.
You understand me? Don't no other man, can't no other man come in and see a vision for your home, man. If you a man,
Yeah.
you hold the vision for your home.
Yeah.
Your wife is to help you build in that vision.
Exactly.
That's what it's about. Bro, when I heard that, when he said that, I sat back, I laughed because I know the state of the person who said it. So I sat back and I laughed. I was like, okay. And I was just like, bam. And I didn't expect to hear from nobody else
Mm-hmm.
because I knew at that point that they're telling people to stay away from me.
Most deaf.
You know what I'm saying? So I said, all right, cool. I accepted it, and that was that. You know?
You just got to accept your fate sometime when it comes
Yeah.
to people.
Yeah.
Most deaf. Because at the end of the day, everybody got their part to play in this prophetic time.
Yeah.
And some people, prophetic part is to flee. Check out that song, Flee Doctrine on soon. some people part is to flee, and some people part is to sit there and go down with the dang on building.
Mm.
It's just what it is.
Mm.
Sure. I remember these brothers and sisters was walking or whatever, and the leader was like, hey, when we go down, we're gonna take over this building, that building. I'm sitting there like, y'all listening to this?
Hold up. They probably think the stuff that we saying is not true. The things that we saying, honestly, we saying some real stuff.
Yeah.
This stuff is really things that actually happen. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it really is. It really is. Hey, we gonna take this building, that building, that. I'm sitting here like, how many video get Call of Duties or Battlefield y'all done played? I don't think it's gonna go down like that. Like for real, I don't think you're just about to be taking this building, that building, and so on and so forth. Because at the end of the day, the unity in this thing ain't even that tight to even take over that many buildings.
And that little SK AK you got
ain't nothing compared to this 50 cal, this army tank, this helicopter.
Man.
Y'all seen Terminator? That was real. That's why they made that job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like people don't pay attention to that. These Terminator movies. What's the other movie? They got a movie called Terminator Salvation.
Yeah, I seen
You
it.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
JC. John Connor, Jesus Christ, quote unquote. Ain't that Neo, the one? Yeah, Matrix. That was the other movie. I can't remember. Neo, the one.
We got a comment here and say, and it's from the it say after y'all left, they was calling me a heretic behind my back because we all gathered together. It took for 2 other brothers who really know me to defend me when I wasn't around. Is how I found out. That's how I found out.
Hey, they was calling me a heretic before I left. Shoot.
Yeah.
We had to pull a brother to the side, like, hey, dog, hey, you chill out with that because you don't even know what a heretic is. So, hey, bro, you ain't by yourself on that. See, they call people heretics when you're not with the program. You know what I'm saying?
And it ain't got nothing to do with the scriptures. It got to do with their program.
Exactly. That's why I said with the program. A heretic is somebody going against this, the word, not against them. You know what I'm saying? Some people can just endure longer than others. By the time I left, I just didn't have no more in me. I was like on edge, like, and I was always used to tell this like when I was in the state, like I don't have another year of this because I'm like I'm gonna snap on somebody in it. I don't care if it's in the church and at my job in the streets. I was just on edge like that, and I'm like, man, I'm not trying to be that person no more. It was just I seen all the buffoonery, and then people that we looking up to, like, okay, this family, this love right here. It really wasn't that. They were more enemy than the people that you thought was enemy in the street. Folks giving you bad names, sitting here telling you business to folks in the. Man, I come to church, man. My wife had an issue, you know. This just being straight up. Man, my wife had an issue one time, you know. I come to church, just people I don't even talk to walking up on me. I'm sorry, nigga. What the? Who told you this? I only told one person this. Man, I ain't even gonna lie. I was ready to spaz out on that one. You know what I'm saying? But when I start seeing these junk, I'm like, dog, it's time to get up out of here.
Hey, you know what I thought too? Hey, look. What about this though? What about the time we was walking out the church after church had went down, and my wife asked a brother. She said, "Hey, do you mind if your wife come with me? My husband said it's okay that if I wanted to go, you know, if we wanted to go to a hotel and read some scriptures and just be around sisters and build with sisters, love. Right?"
Yeah.
What that brother said, hey, we got to ask the elder.
Like, hold on.
You got to ask the elder.
My wife got to ask
I told my wife it's okay. I don't need no other man to say whether it's okay or not. If my wife can go to a hotel or go do whatever I said she can do.
It's order.
The order is that's my wife.
Exactly.
And I said that's my wife order. Can.
And you know what else order? That another man can't direct another man's house. That's law.
Exactly.
So what is the order that's being? I see these folks, and I was telling my wife about this, I think a couple of days ago. They take these scriptures and start deceiving people and misleading people. They take scriptures like, for example, they take the scripture where it say give double honors to the elder. Like basically you can't say nothing to these, but at the end of the day, we already knew what elders they was talking about in the scriptures. But they'll flip and make it seem like it was them, and it's not them. You could correct the man. At any given time, you can correct the man, especially when it's 2 or 3 witnesses, let all things be established. So if something going on, it's just people so blind. And this why, like what we talking about the other day too, not to go all over the place, but this is why they're allowed to do that, because they're around a bunch of babes. The scriptures say, study to show thyself approved unto the Most High. So why? That way you be able to discern.
Exactly.
But these babes is not studying. They taking what they getting right in front of their face and say, oh, I study. No, you reading what a man just taught you. You're not building off that and going into that like that.
Right.
So These babes is
You ain't
allowing
lying.
that. That's straight up.
They following the script instead of going into the script
Exactly.
to get the understanding of the script. They following somebody else's script and tutorial of the script.
Exactly, like a movie being played out.
And those people are put in place to get you to a certain place. To where you can learn and understand for yourself. See, everything has its purpose, you know, and that's the purpose for a lot of people. A lot of teachers are to guide you into a certain space.
Most definitely.
And then that's that.
Most definitely.
They lead you to water. You gotta drink
it. Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And I carry shots out to Ottawa too. You said some real stuff. And we always talk about that too, for real. It's say one thing people need to understand is just because you leave a local organization doesn't mean you've leave the body of Christ. And that's facts. They brainwash people, make it, oh, he went back to the world. And I'm only saying this because we done heard this. They say stuff like that. Oh, what's such and such? I ain't seen him in a while. Oh, Satan got him. Oh, he went back to the world. You're not the gatekeeper to the kingdom of heaven. Christ is.
Right.
Just because we're not with that body don't mean we went back to the world. It means we went to doing, technically we went back to doing the works we was doing before we got with the body.
Dang.
That's straight up. That's straight up. And this not being funny.
That's the truth.
Man, we humbled ourselves. When we came to the church, before we came to the church or the body that we was with, we was already out here operating and working. But out of respect for these leaderships and order and stuff like that, we stopped our works and humbled ourselves to build with the people. Yeah. But we realized that this wasn't going, there was no building.
Yeah.
The only building was those who was chosen amongst that particular group to do these things. I remember we came to the leadership or whatever and asked, look, we want to make a video. We ain't trying to be like the head leader of this thing. We just trying to make a video for those of our family members and friends who's scared to come to the church or whatever, so we can reach out to them like this and show them what it is. Okay, show it to me when y'all finish. Da.
And we also said because y'all can't reach everybody.
And y'all can't.
There's certain people y'all can't reach that we can.
That we can. Exactly. Exactly. That we can reach. We can go in certain kinks and dinks in these cities, in these hoods, in these communities. Even in the suburbs, there's certain spots we can go to that they can't go to. Not saying we better.
They just don't have the etiquette to be able to deal with the people in these areas that we know how to deal with.
That's straight up, because we came up with these people. Right. We come from the same thing, and these people know that. They can see from our persona, oh yeah, they done been around the corner too. They know this stuff, so they'll listen to us before they listen to some dude walking up with a Mitri and fringes on talking about, brother, you in sin.
Right.
Where the love at in that?
And then the way you speaking to them, you delivering to them in a way in which,
like you just,
you know what I'm saying? They can't accept that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They're not gonna accept it.
And I'm not saying that's what everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because some people know how to bring the word in a way in which people can.
That's true.
You know, accept it and stuff like that. We're not saying that about everybody.
Yeah.
But there is some out there who operate like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's straight up. That's straight up. So, look, when it comes to this junk, we can't. And he just brought up the Brother Bruns or whatever.
Yeah.
He said something that was real truth in what he was talking about in one of his little vlogs or whatever. I was showing more love to these people than I was showing to the Most High. And that's what's going on with a lot of these situations. Our people show more love to these banners or brands than they show to the Most High. How you show love to the Most High is doing what he said. He said, go get my people. Show love to one another. Walk a certain way amongst the Gentiles. That's not happening. You got Israelites and Brews out here fighting on corners like they Crips and Bloods. This General Yohanan, F. Nathaniel, blah, blah, blah. What kind of love is that? Y'all sound like some gangster disciples or some VDs or something. Like the Most High looking at y'all like y'all some goof troops. And it's not trying to degrade y'all, but that's just goofy. Like, dog, y'all out here fighting on corners like VDs and GDs. Bloods and Crips.
VD.
For real, white man.
GDs, man.
Or
BDs.
GDs, yeah.
I
BDs,
understand you
Black
talking about
disciples.
BDs.
Yeah, I meant to say BDs.
Venereal diseases.
The way they acting,
The way they
got
act,
it. Yeah.
acting like a VD.
But for real though, like man,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
tripping.
Nah, I was just messing.
And I know.
Yeah.
But Gentiles looking at that like, and they want to talk about they fear us, be in this army. We not that exceedingly great army in Ezekiel. Stop it. They don't fear nothing, but they laughing at us.
Oh, they laughing.
They fear they might run out of laughter. That's what they fear.
Man. Yeah, they want to keep us so they can continue to laugh, man.
Like, stop that.
And the crazy part about it, this stuff going on all over the place with our people, man. It's all over the place. It's not just amongst those who understand they Israelites right now, man.
Mm-hmm.
Look at what's going on outside of the community. When I say community, I'm talking about those who understand that we Israel, right? And I don't want nobody to think that's the truth either. That we understand that we Israel, man. Hey, that's not the truth.
That's baby food,
right? The truth is meekness. The truth is humility. The truth is love.
That's the truth, right?
The truth. That's what the truth is, right there. It's Christ. All of those
things.
The
truth, the life.
Exactly. That's integrity. All the things that He brought forth and showed us how to operate in. That's the truth.
Yeah,
that's the truth. But that understanding you Israel and stuff, that is not the truth. Please understand that
at all.
You know,
it's just the history,
right? Right. You know what I'm saying?
That's just the true history. That's the part of the truth that is
right. Like, it's but yeah, even outside of this, you know what I'm saying? We got all sorts of things going on just amongst our people to where we a spectacle.
Yeah.
We a spectacle to the world, for the rest of the world to look at it, be like, look at them niggas.
Astonishment,
a byword, a proverb, right? We all of that. They looking at us and they like, look at these people.
Yeah.
And if we was in the truth, then there would be no more curse. It wouldn't be no astonishment, no shock, no proverb and a byword. It wouldn't be none of that if we was in the truth.
That's true.
If we was dealing with truth.
True,
it wouldn't be no more of that.
What Christ say? This gospel, this true God. They don't say true gospel, but I'm sure that's what He meant, though. But this gospel shall go across the four corners. Then the end shall come. So, like you said, if we was in the truth, there wouldn't be no bywords. There wouldn't be this. So yeah, go ahead.
Because then we would begin to be repaired, and we would be the head and not the tail. We would be the lenders and not the borrowers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We would begin to be that nation. Yeah. That's when we that exceedingly great army. Yeah. When we in the truth for real. But right now we ain't in no truth, man. Stop playing with yourself. Stop talking that talk to the people, knowing we ain't in no truth and we still dealing with a curse. Because if we wasn't dealing with a curse, then our elders will be upright. Our leaders will be upright.
They will be able to gather amongst them.
They will have a council of elders.
Straight up.
It wouldn't be no GOCC, this and that. Nah, we the Israel. We Israel.
Exactly.
What was the disciples calling themselves in the book of Acts?
Yeah.
And y'all know I'm telling the truth.
Yeah. That's straight up. Shoot, heck. Even before the book of Acts, what was they calling themselves?
Well, I'm saying that based off of what Christ set up after He was resurrected. Yeah. Right? I'm saying basic off of what He set up. And the commission that He gave, right? What was they calling themselves? Was they IUIC? Was they ISUPK? Was they the GOCC?
Man.
Was they AOI?
Man,
what was they? You see what I'm saying? Why they can't come together and set a council of leaders, right? All of those so-called elders and leaders from all of those alphabet soups, why they can't come together and have a council?
Now that you said that, not to turn the scene, but now that you said something that just clicked on me. Was it IUIC? Was it GOCC? Was it Watchmen or Wi-Fi or whatever? Could these people be set up to keep us divided on purpose? Could all of them took a bag just to look? You can give them a little piece of the pie, but don't give them the whole slice.
Because a partial lie with a partial truth is a whole lie.
Most definitely.
You know?
So, hey, could it be? Because we understood back then. They even took the bag back then. There's nothing new up under the sun.
And see, this is our battle. This is our fight as a nation. The scriptures tell us to gather yourselves together, O nation not desired, before. Excuse me. Before the wrath.
Yeah.
Before the wrath, before our Lord return, we supposed to be gathering ourselves together.
Yeah.
We supposed to be breaking down these barriers amongst us.
Yeah.
Now I see why it's only going to be a remnant.
Yeah. Yep.
Broad, now I understand why straight is the gate and narrow is the way, and broad is the way that lead to destruction. Now I know why.
What's broad?
Broad is the way where all of these people following, thinking it's the truth.
All these groups.
They running this way.
That's
when
broad.
the Most High said, "No, that ain't it."
Christ is it.
Christ said it. Christ said that ain't the way.
Only a few following
Straight
Christ.
is the gate and narrow is the way. Everybody ain't gonna be going and flood through them gates.
Yeah. Christ is the way. And no man get to the Father but through him.
Exactly.
Not through Johanna, not through Ricard, not through Nathaniel, not through none of them.
It's only gonna be a remnant, man, who actually come to the understanding of, you know what? It's really about building this nation up. It's really about nation building. Yeah. How can we build a nation, right, with babes? How can we build a nation without strong men who are men of understanding, who have their own works towards the kingdom?
And that's real talk.
How can we do this without that?
You know, even the Most High made a statement on that. He said, from henceforth no longer tossed to and fro from every wind of doctrine, but become full-grown man. That's how you're going to become, like you said.
Yeah.
No more babes tossed to and fro.
Yeah.
But it's time to become full-grown.
It's time to become men, bro. Come up off that breast.
Yeah.
Come up off that nipple, man.
What they teach.
It's time to get up off that milk. It's time to stand up. Yeah. Build on the milk that you got, that you receive.
Exactly.
Build on the milk.
That way you can eat some meat.
Exactly. Man up. When you know it's wrong, it's wrong. You seen what you seen. You heard what you heard. You know what that is.
Yeah.
Come out from amongst them. You know what it is. You heard it. You seen it. Stop acting like you didn't.
Exactly.
Because now you are accomplice.
Exactly. You know what? I got a scripture right quick. Now that you said that. Proverbs, you can get it right quick. You got the Bible right there. Proverbs 29:12. Like you said, you seen it. You's an accomplice. If people hearken to lies and all that, not knowing what's going on with the situation, and they're hearkening to lies just because of who it come from. Read that right quick, bro.
Proverbs 29:12. If a ruler hearken to lies.
If a who?
If a ruler.
A ruler, leader.
Hearken to lies.
Come on.
All his servants are wicked.
So if a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked. Why? Because they're going to follow him. Just because he's their ruler. This is wisdom right here. Proverbs is this wisdom, right? I ain't tripping, right? Hey, come on now. If you hearken to lies just because your leader said some bull crap, that means you on some bull crap. Let's get one more. Isaiah 1, 4 and 5 or something like that.
I know what you want.
If a ruler hearken to lies, that means his followers are wicked as well.
Isaiah 1 and 4.
Come on.
A sinful nation.
A sinful nation.
A people laden with iniquity.
Come on.
A seed of evildoers.
Evildoers.
Children that are corrupters.
Corrupted. That means that they are creating the issue. Come on.
They have forsaken the Most High.
Yeah.
They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backwards.
How did they forsake the Most High? Because the Most High told us to do something, and we're not doing it. Where's the love?
Exactly.
So you forsaking the Most High with this.
Why? Because you love the praise of men over the praise of over the Most High.
Yep. Well, we just read in Proverbs.
You want the praise of men, right? The 5th verse. Why should you be stricken anymore?
Why? Come on.
You will revolt more and more.
More and more.
The whole head is sick.
The whole head is sick. The whole leadership is sick.
And the whole heart faint.
What is the heart?
The mind.
And what else? Those that follow in that situation. The whole leadership is sick, and the heart that followed is faint.
From the sole of the foot even unto the head, there is no soundness in it,
Come on.
but wounds and bruises and putrefying sores. They have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment.
No doubt. It
And see,
ain't been patched up.
and you see that?
Mm-hmm.
And why? Why? Because ain't no love.
Exactly.
That's what's missing is the love. Are Israelites lacking love?
Mm-hmm.
How important is integrity? How
Very.
important is integrity? You know,
Very.
are Israelites we lacking love, y'all? As a whole, as a nation, from the head to the foot, we lacking love. It ain't about how many scriptures you can quote. It ain't about how many fringes you got on and how long your beard is. It ain't about how many Sabbaths you don't cook on.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's not about that.
None of that.
Love and charity cover a multitude of sins. That's what it's about. It's about the love in this thing.
Yeah. Perfect love cast out fear.
You know?
Y'all scared out there. Y'all fear.
You fearful.
It's fear.
And you fearful because you have no love.
Mm-hmm.
If you had love, you wouldn't be afraid. Because love, perfect love, that fear, it casts that out. You no longer fearful because the love overpower that. So you can go ahead on with that talent that you got, and you able to operate in that talent that you got, because now it's more so about the love and the edifying of the people than it is about your fear and how you and what's about you. It ain't about you no more.
Yeah, straight up. And that's why we use our gifts and talents doing what we doing. That's what it's about. We using whatever we got to just reach out to our people. Music go everywhere. Music is we was just talking about this earlier. Somebody was at my crib from the African continent, the continent of Africa. I didn't even know this brother spoke English. But the thing is, he heard that music. He's sitting there fixing something like this. I'm like, hey, we on to something, brother. We on to something.
Well, see, and that's the thing, man. All of it, man. The Most High add to you when you operating in the things that you that he put out there for you to do. You can't go bury. Listen, it's so clear to me now because we've been operating in the gifts that the Most High gave us for a few years now, right? So it's so clear to me the understanding of what it means to not bury it and understanding what it is when you do bury it. Because if you don't operate in something, in the world, I was a truck driver before I became what y'all see me. You know, whoever see me here, whatever y'all think I do. When the cameras go off, I don't know. People have all types of thoughts, right? But before I was here, I was a semi-truck driver, right? And I was bad. You know what I'm saying? I hit them gears, all that. I backed that truck up.
He tearing them gears up.
Y'all gonna listen to that player hate if you want to, you know. But no, you know, I was bad. So, but imagine with me being out of that loop for 5 years. I stopped when the pandemic so-called happened, right? I stopped then. So imagine me being out of that loop for so long trying to go back. Man, it's gonna be I gotta go through the training course again. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing when it comes to these gifts. You bury your gifts if you want to, and you're gonna find out you ain't got it no more.
Exactly. Why? Because it's been given to somebody else who's been operating in them gifts.
Because you ain't practiced it.
Exactly.
You ain't practicing.
Exactly.
If you ain't practicing what you was given, right, then it's going to be taken away. You're not going to have it no more. That goes with anything.
Yeah. That's why I said what I said earlier. You don't let nobody tell you to stop doing what you're doing. Man didn't give you these gifts. The Most High did. And we use these gifts to praise him in all ways, shapes, and form. If a man telling you to stop, that's a man to get away from.
You better bet.
Because why?
You better bet that.
I said something earlier. Some people just trying to get you out the streets. How you say that? Trying to
trick you out the
streets. And that's what a lot of them folks do. They'll make it seem innocent. We just trying to look out for you. We just trying to protect. Look, bro.
Nah, they trying to trick you off the
trying
streets,
to trick
man.
me off the streets, man. Trick me out the kingdom.
Like the brother said, if that brother knew that had anything, he'd have been up here with us, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a brother trying to trick you off the streets.
Yeah.
Because now that make you think, oh yeah, I'm just a babe. Let me bow to you.
Keep
I ain't
you on
bowing
that
to
level.
you.
Exactly.
I ain't bowing to you.
That stuff is over with, bro. Praise the Most High for what we learned and all that. This ain't the knock on that, but the knock is all the hatred,
Mm-hmm.
all the ignorance. We could have stayed in the world for that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
all of us. We could have stayed in the world for that stuff. The Most High didn't bring us in this thing to be on some ignorant Negro junk from 7 mile, 8 mile, 5 mile joy road. He ain't bring us in for that lame junk.
Mm-hmm.
He brought us in here to do something and be a light to the Gentiles. How can we be a light to the Gentiles? It's by unifying. That's why we call our platforms. Everything we do, the majority of the stuff is unifying. Unify the Nation podcast. The album, the group is called Unified Gifts. We put our gifts together. It's unified. Everything we do is and this not just us. It's with everything and everybody that come around. This is what we on. You with it, you're not. So be it. Cool. It ain't nothing. We ain't forcing. We ain't Suge Knight. You know. But if you're tired of hearing the same old music, come over to Unified Gifts. It's like, no, I'm just playing.
And we ain't got no hatred for no brother
At all.
You know what I'm saying? And we so happy when we see brothers begin to understand and see the things that we've been seeing. And we know we ain't crazy.
Yeah.
We know we ain't crazy. You know what I'm saying? So when we see certain things and we see certain brothers, we like, man, he got it.
Yeah.
He see.
Yeah.
He been seeing. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, I'm not against the churches, the camps, nothing like that. No. I'm not against that because, like I said, I learned a whole lot.
Yeah, exactly.
I learned a whole lot being amongst those brothers. And let me show y'all, these is incense we burn.
I was gonna say something about that
killing the mosquitoes.
Yeah, these mosquito
and they really work. You seen, I ain't been slapping.
I don't want nobody to think we outside doing some sorcery. John.
These boys work. You know what I'm saying? These is mosquito incense.
I got some,
and they work outside.
Hey, this ain't no witchcraft, none of that.
Yeah.
This all crucified and mosquitoes.
And them things work. I'm talking about we outside and them things is working.
I ain't been busy in about 2 hours.
Yeah. But no, I just wanted to, but yeah, like I was saying, yeah, man, you know, when we see brothers coming to that understanding, like, bam, okay, he can see and stuff like that, bro, we rejoice.
Yeah.
We rejoice because so many people can't see. They don't see they don't hear the subtle words.
Yeah.
They don't hear when brothers can talk real good and real smooth. They can't hear the
blind.
Yeah, they can't. Look, I'm a direct brother. I talk direct. I don't talk around certain things. I don't know how to do that. I might sit back and try to think of something, and then I'll be like, man, I can't think. I just say it. You know what I'm saying? I'm that type of guy. You know what I'm saying? I try to talk around things. It don't work for me. So when I get people that talk like that and do that, I can't trust you off top. When I see you talking around certain things, I see how good you is placing your words and stuff. I'm like, oh, we got one of these.
Yeah, smooth.
We got one of these.
A soothsayer.
Yeah, and I can't get with it. You know, so when I seen a whole lot of things and I began to hear subtle words, I can hear the pride.
Yeah.
I can hear the, you know, envy in a lot of certain situations when it comes to music and stuff like that. I can hear a whole lot of things. So I was like, you know what? I can't deal with this. Let me move myself from this situation.
Yeah.
I'm that type of guy. I don't want to get, because like I was telling this brother earlier, if I stick around in a place where I know I'm not wanted, and because I have to speak my piece at some point, and when I do, I don't want it, because I've observed for so long, I don't want to get no pushback after what I have to say. When I say pushback, disrespectful pushback.
Yeah.
After what I have to say, and then next thing you know, because I know me, I'm here 1 minute and I'm there the next second. And then after a few more minutes, I'm cool, and I'll be like, hey man, we cool, niggas, and everybody still be mad.
I gotta get mine up. We ain't cool now.
And I'm like, that you still mad, man. That was, you know what I'm saying? But I know me, so I try to move myself out the situation. And I leave it alone. you know, so it don't have to get there. You know,
but some people push you to that point to where you will have to check.
Yeah.
That's why, like we were just talking about, this reason why we choose to leave the situation that we was in, because we seen that it was getting to a tense situation to where eventually I'm gonna say something, or
ain't nobody gonna like
I'm
it.
gonna get disrespectful.
Yeah, and ain't nobody gonna like it.
And ain't nobody, you're gonna look like a bad guy.
Yep.
Because
in the end,
the babes not peeping the BS that's going on
Exactly.
behind the scene, even though they know it goes on, but the babes not gonna speak up, and they're gonna be like, oh, that's the like the one sister. We security in the establishment that we was with. So it was a situation where the sister and her dude had a situation, so we had to remove the brother. But in the midst of that, we hear her. Why you talking to him like that? That's the elder. Hold up, I'm your husband. You know what I'm saying? Like, you tripping. I don't even think you was there at this time, but this just an example.
I'm thinking like, I don't know that situation.
Yeah, this is just an example. Like, when dudes spaz out, it's not just for no reason. This brother spazzed out for a reason. I'm not saying it's always right. I'm not saying that, but at the end of the day, a brother have a right to stand up for what he feels is righteous. And if we can't talk as men, okay, we most definitely gonna spaz out now because you avoiding something that's going on with the brother right now, Bronze. Folks all talking about he could call, he can, man, ain't nobody, you know dang on well ain't nobody about to answer that phone.
At the end of that, you heard that elder say, "Look, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want no
calls.
I don't want no
exactly. Text. He said that.
He better talk to the brothers over there.
Like, dog, that's BS. Like, wow. Because the scriptures tell you if you have an issue with that brother, you go to him. You don't go to no middleman or no
broadcast,
no broadcast or no friend.
That was totally wrong.
That's wrong as heck.
Even though you
even
if you did hit him up and didn't get a response, you still wasn't supposed to go out like that. Where's the decorum?
Exactly.
Where's the class? That was not classy. There was no class within that. Where's the and if there's no decorum, there's no love
at all.
Ain't no love in that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And if you claiming if you saying you an elder, then there's certain criteria that you must meet.
You held at a higher
when
standard.
It come to wisdom.
Most definitely. And that wasn't wisdom at all.
At all.
I had more wisdom in that situation, if anything, and it's not taking sides, it's just being able to discern.
And it's not about doctrine and none of that, because they'll try to make it that. See, doctrine is the greatest point of division amongst our people. And I think people, if they don't really consciously understand that, they subconsciously understand it. Right? So they'll always fall back on doctrine when all else fails in order to be divided or separated from people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When it comes to certain things. So they always fall back on that and be like, okay, well, it's the doctrine. It was this that they was teaching. What they got to do with this man who is a brother?
Yeah.
It don't matter, because if you are operating in the correct doctrine, then you are held to a higher standard in it.
Straight up.
And what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So whatever he can say, or whatever you can say,
I can say.
He can say.
Exactly.
Whatever you can do, he can do.
No doubt.
It makes no difference. You can't make it, and this is what people do as well. They'll allow comments and things to be said on one end without saying nothing. But then when it comes to the other end, right?
Hey, bro, don't.
You can't say that.
Don't say that, bro.
Hey, bro, you can't
hold
do
your
that.
peace.
Just hold your. Oh, brother, just be cool. You got to be cool. But this brother you got to resurrect your name after he done put it to death.
Exactly. Thank the Most High. The name already good, right? You know, because once again, he sat with us. They didn't,
right?
And what I said that too. I sat with y'all. He didn't sit with y'all, and that's true because back to our experience, we invited leadership to kick it with us. Never got it.
Yeah.
And this not being funny, this just being straight. We're just giving our experience because we feel the brother, and we just standing up for righteousness. This is a consistent pattern when it comes to these groups, not just what we come from. All these groups, it's a consistent pattern. We don't offer the hand out like, "Hey, y'all want a plate? Come through." Get denied every time.
Mm-hmm. And I thought, as elders, as bishops as whatever you are, you supposed to know who labor
amongst you.
I
Exactly.
thought you were supposed to know that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Hey, so
hey, bro. Hey, I got to. Hey, you might be the feds, nigga. You might be the feds. That's just being straight up. Shoot, you might be the feds.
Mhm.
I'm far from the feds, bro. Check my record. And that's not being funny. Shoot.
Yeah. Man, and hey,
it's messed up though. It's like that, dog. Where's the love? Where's the integrity?
mm-hmm.
It's messed up, man. Are the Israelites lacking love?
Mm-hmm.
How important is integrity?
And what is integrity?
What is integrity? We read it earlier. Let me get it one more again for y'all. One more again. And hey, anybody got something? Hey, interact with us in the chat, man. Hey, let's keep this going because it's an important message because people turning a blind eye and a deaf ear to wickedness. That's why we read them scriptures, Isaiah, Proverbs. That's why we read them. Our people turn a blind eye and a deaf ear to wickedness. Oh yeah, you can get it up there. Yeah, what's that? Turning a blind eye and a deaf ear to wickedness.
Mm-hmm.
If the leaders hearken to lies, his people are wicked too. Remember that in Proverbs.
Yeah, boy.
In Isaiah. If the head is sick, so is the heart.
Mm-hmm.
Those that follow.
Show y'all this real quick, man. Integrity. Let's get the AI version of what it is. Y'all see that right there? AI overview is say integrity refers to the quality of being honest and adhering to strong moral and ethical principles.
Basically the same thing.
It's about being truthful, consistent, and principled, even when it's difficult.
Even when it's difficult.
Integrity also implies a whole and complete state, as well as trustworthiness and reliability.
Yeah. That's a good one, though.
You know?
Hey, I got a lot of knowledge, don't it?
Man, too much. Much more than what it needs. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man. That's integrity right there. And we got to walk with that. You know what I'm saying? That's an everyday walk for us, man. We supposed to be operating in that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We not supposed to be so quick to defame a brother or a sister.
At all.
We not supposed to be, turning down apologies. And we not supposed to be, too high to come down and deal with people.
At all.
We not supposed to be, putting each other on blast all over the airwaves so all these other nations can look at us and laugh. Mm-hmm. And we become a spectacle for these people. Mm-hmm. We're not supposed to be doing these things, man.
Mm-hmm.
We're not supposed to be doing these things.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Something just came to mind as I'm thinking. I'm thinking about Christ and what he said in situations like this. Mm-hmm. About a person that's always causing offense.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a record of these things of people always bringing it to the forefront, but it keep getting turned down.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do in this situation when somebody keep doing the same thing and there's no results? What do? You
gotta mark
them and
avoid them.
So what should we do in this situation? Because there's a history of this brother in this particular situation, this leader in this particular situation of doing it. So what should happen? Mark them and let them alone.
That ain't gonna happen though.
It ain't. So what happens now? What else Christ said in Matthew 10? Is that Matthew 10? If the blind lead the blind, they both shall go in the ditch. They're not gonna be on the side of the road ditch. This ditch is hell.
Yeah.
This blind leadership.
Yeah.
That's why I said in Proverbs.
Mm-hmm.
If the leader hearken to lies, his people is wicked too. Come on now. These are precepts. Precept upon precept, y'all. Come on. This is real spill right here, man.
Mm-hmm.
Shalom, Sister Steph.
Hey, man, it's time to wake up for our people out there, man, because we think we woke. Hey, you got to have a new awakening.
Yeah, that's
you got to be reawakened.
That's straight up.
You know what I'm saying? Because you come into this thing, you think you come into the knowledge of the truth because you understand you are Israelite. You understand that Christ said, think not that I come to destroy the law of the prophets. I come not to destroy, but to fulfill. Yeah. Not one jot or one tittle shall in no wise passing from the law until all be fulfilled. All right, so you think that's truth. Okay, we got law, we got Christ, right? To a degree, that's true. But the thing is this, Christ came and said, listen, it's deeper than what you think it is.
Yeah.
It's deeper than rap, y'all. It's deeper than rap, right? It's deeper than that. Because now we got to operate in a certain spirit, a certain spirit, and we supposed to bear these fruits of love. We supposed to bear these things. We supposed to show love to each other. You know what I'm saying? What happened to second chances? Why it always got to be a situation in which I'm trying to say this the right way. It always got to be a situation in which it got to be right for us. It always got to be a situation in which it got to be right for us. We never thinking about whether it's right for the moment or right for another person or right for anything else. It's always about being right for us. We never project and look at what's going on outside of us, right? Because sometimes we must suffer wrongfully. Sometimes we got to suffer wrongfully in situations in order to have the correct results.
Falls back to Christ. He smite you on this cheek. What you do?
You turn the
other cheek.
But and that fits perfectly with what we talking about.
Yeah.
Because people be thinking, oh, I ain't turning the cheek if somebody hit me. It's deeper than rap. Remember we said that. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. Man.
You said something too. What happened to second chances, right?
Yeah.
Well, once again, back to Christ, because this is our role model. This is our example or whatever, right? What did he say? What happened to 70 times 70? Hey, how many times should I forgive? 70 times 70.
But at the same time, when you go into that Matthew 18, 70 times 70, you should forgive.
Yeah.
Forgiveness is a thing. Right?
I know you're going. Come on.
That don't mean
forget.
No, that don't mean you gotta that don't mean you go back to the way things were.
Heck you no.
Because you ain't gonna do nothing but put yourself in a situation to be burnt again.
Now forgiveness,
see, sometimes when it comes to certain people, you gotta avoid them
at all.
And that's love. Sometimes avoiding certain people is love. Now, I'm not talking about where, and you know in your mind and in your heart of hearts that you operating out of pocket. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about when you know you exhausted all of your resources according to Christ, according to the scriptures. In Matthew the 18th chapter. When you know you exhausted all of those resources and there was still no results, hey, that don't mean you stop loving or forgiving a brother or sister. But guess what you can do? You can avoid them. You don't have to be around them. Now, if you ain't exhausted those resources, right, like Christ said, then you may be the problem because you don't want to get to the bottom of it. You know?
And that's and that's the issue. Don't want to get to the bottom. That's why the ox said, I don't want no call. I don't want no mess. I don't want to get to the bottom because now I'm going to have to realize I'm the problem. I'm the issue. You go to the leadership over there. They got my back on this. They'll tell you that I wasn't wrong. You looking for people's side. People take side. No. You go, once again, like I said, you go to that person. Y'all got the issue. Them leaders ain't got nothing to do with this. It's between y'all two.
Yeah.
Now, say we was in the world. You think you could do that in this world and think you can be conducive to society without no issues? No. You're going to end up bumping heads with this brother. Now it's going to be some type of animosity where you will have to settle it accordingly. So it's best to just take care of business. That's why Christ said that. You got an issue, go to that brother so it don't get out of hand. And these type of things gets out of hand. Man, folks swear they so, like you said, folks swear they woke. The disciples couldn't even stay woke. And I always use that as an example. Christ came back like, bro, y'all can't wait an hour with me? All I asked was an hour. The disciples couldn't even stay woke, man. And they was with the man. They was with the man himself and couldn't stay woke. So what makes you think y'all woke or any of us? I'm not saying we are that. Trust and believe. There's none of that.
Mm-hmm.
But what makes y'all think that anybody is better than them and they couldn't stay woke?
Mm-hmm.
This is a battle. We gotta constantly endure. He that endure to the end, the same shall be saved.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think because you got it, and dang, now it's coming to mind. Let me find the scripture. Don't think that you got it all, because
Mm-hmm.
nobody have it all at all.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody. Let me see.
What you going to 13? First Corinthians.
I'm trying to remember. 1 second.
Yeah, man. And you know, we just having a conversation, man. It'd be some important things we be seeing out here.
Yeah,
you know, we be seeing some things out here, man, and you know, we be wanting to speak on a lot of things. And then, you know, another thing, man, like we do these podcasts, we normally do these things, you know, we try to do them once a week. But you know, like we told y'all earlier, man, we done got involved in doing other things. Like just because you don't see us, you know, don't mean we ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? We still doing some things. We trying to get ourselves to the capital over here so we can deal with some things concerning business that we trying to take care of over here. We done delved into dealing with, you know, making some music and things of that sort. You know, we done began to, you know, it's just things that we just started to do. You know what I'm saying? So now, just because you don't see us don't mean that, you know, we still ain't operating in the walk. We moving in this thing. We moving in this thing, and we are progressing. Things are moving slow, but we are progressing. You know, and we growing. We growing. You know,
so for sure. And that's another thing too, because with the gifts, you have people hating on that now. I'm trying to figure out Bruh, it's nothing to figure out. People work it.
Yeah.
You know? Don't hate on that. Like you got yours, we got ours. They got that. Like everybody got a lot of hatred come from envy. I wish I could have did that. Instead of saying, all praise to the Most High, y'all did this, that, etc. Instead of saying that, y'all would say, I wonder what is they doing. I wonder, like, bruh, stop it. Is there love? Support.
Yeah.
Shoot, the music we making, man, is a blessing, man. It's still reaching the people, regardless of what you think is going on.
Yeah. It's reaching the people, man. It's you know, and another thing, shout out to that brother Shabaya the Messenger, man. Y'all go deal with his music. Go on YouTube, look up Shabaya the Messenger. He in the chat right there. Y'all look his music up and deal with it, man. He got good music. You know, but we had to begin to make our own music because we started getting strikes and stuff from YouTube. YouTube didn't want us to use other people's music. So we said, you know, let's figure this out. And that's how we began trying to make music for the platforms. And then we like, you know what, this sound good. People are like this. You know? And that's what we started doing.
Yeah. And one of the songs, all the music that you heard at the beginning of this, when y'all get a chance, go back and listen to it. It's all ours. And the music that we used on here is particularly for this episode, Division.
We should play that song. You want to play that song right
Play
now?
it right quick. You know what? Yeah,
real quick.
We're going to play this song for those who ain't heard. Y'all listen to this. Take a listen to this song, man, because this goes with what's going on right now. It's a lot of this.
No division.
No division, no doubt. Check this out, y'all.
No more division, no split decision. Tribes waking up from the world's religion. 12 gates, one kingdom, no superstition. We bringing fire now, truth with precision. No division in the body, we moving as one. Tribe by tribe, yeah, the kingdom gon' come. You can't stop what the Most High begun. Ain't no love in Babylon, we done. No division, no division. We the chosen ones and we rising up strong. Came from the block where the wicked was praised. Learned how to hustle, duck shots in the maze. No love in the street, just wolves in the face. Till I cracked open scripts, saw the ancient of days. I was Judah in the mirror, not a thug with a fade. Had to cut my ways off like a spiritual blaze. No more crippled blood, I'm a soldier in faith. We the 12 lost tribes, now we stepping in grace. But they trying to keep us split with a worldly mind. Got us beefing over doctrine like we ain't got time. But the prophets never folded, they stood in line. Now it's truth over feelings, every word divine. No division in the body, we moving as one. Tribe by tribe, yeah, the kingdom gon' come. You can't stop what the Most High begun. Ain't no love in Babylon, we done. No division, no division. We the chosen ones and we rising up strong. I seen envy, I seen pride, I seen camps go to war over petty little things, what we fighting for. Ain't no crown for the proud or reward for the fake. Only those who endure gon' escape that lake. He said love your brother, don't trip on rank. We the body of the king, better guard your flanks. Ain't no cliques in the kingdom, just tribes and truth. From Asher to Zebulon, we all got proof. Stop the gossip, the slander, the sideways looks. When Yeshua come back, he gon' open the books. So I walk in the spirit, not the lust of man. I'm a Hebrew with a purpose, not part of the scam. We too strong to be fighting each other. You my brother, not my rival, my cover. Let's go. 12 stones in the FI shining like thunder when the trumpet sound. We marching the number. Ooh, yeah. Marching number. No division, no strife, no blunders.
They divided us in slavery.
But the Most High bringing unity through prophecy. No more camps tripping, no more doctrines clashing. Just one faith, one law, one king, Yeshua. No division.
And no division, man.
No more camps tripping.
No more doctrines. Hey, man, like,
You know what I'm
all
saying?
praise
Come
to the
on now.
Father for that one, man. Hey, that's a timely one right there,
Y'all
man.
can't hate on that. Y'all can't hate on the things that was being said in there, man.
At
Come
all,
on, now.
at all, man.
You know, that's all what we talking about. That's what we saying, man. It's too much division amongst us out here. You know, it's too much. Based off of commandments of men, what people is calling doctrine nowadays. They ain't doctrine. The Most High gave us doctrine. Proverbs, the 4th chapter, tell you what it is.
Yeah. But you heard from the beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
So, man, that's all we saying right there. Exactly what that song was saying. No division. We tired of the division. We tired of it, man. We've been divided too long.
Man, we got all the money floating through all these places in the world, but we ain't got shiggity to ourselves.
African Americans, I heard, was the 8th richest ethnicity, if I ain't mistaken, on the planet.
No doubt. But what do we have?
Not a damn thing, because we have nothing built that we can put our money back into.
Exactly.
We got to put our money outside of us.
No lands, no
You know?
schools,
Because
no stores.
It's too much division.
Yeah.
Too much division.
Yeah. That's crazy. It shouldn't even be like that.
And that's just African Americans. That's not all of our people together. Imagine the whole nation together, all 12 tribes. We would be the most we would be the best, the greatest financially on the earth if we understood who we were and how to put our things together.
Yeah. But
So, hey,
with all these divisions and stuff, it ain't gonna happen. That's why we still at the bottom.
and that's
And not that exceedingly great army.
and that's one of the greatest curses amongst us, right? Because that stops us from understanding that we one people. That stops us from being the head and not the tail, being the lender and not the borrower. That stops us from all of that, bro, because you know, the division. That's why we so adamant and we talk against it all the time. We get before y'all on this camera.
Yeah. No doubt. Majority of the time when y'all see us in front of this camera, we talk about that. It's all the division and stuff around that's surrounding our communities, amongst the Israelite community or whatever. We supposed to be a light, but we dimming the world down. We the shade in the world. We the shade amongst each other.
We the shade.
For real.
Because we want to be comfortable. So we want to sit in a cool spot.
Man.
So we want to be in the shade.
Man.
Instead of getting out here and working together.
That's no different from you and your homeboys hanging out. You got your mans talking down on you because some girls around. It's the same thing. You want to be the spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm him. It's me. Ain't that what they say? It's me. I'm him.
Him.
I'm him. That's what's going on with the ox in them. The ox in the leadership. I'm him.
I'm him.
Like, stop it, bro.
He ain't me. They not like me.
Man, leadership no different from those of us down here. It's just the people put him up on that pedestal. That's why Moses lost his position.
And the crazy part about it, you're supposed to be able to walk amongst brothers and sisters, especially if you the people's champ. If you the people's champ, you the one who taught these people and gave these people this understanding and all of this. You this great guy.
Yeah.
You don't need no bodyguards. You don't need none of these people. You're supposed to be able to move and operate amongst the people. Christ didn't have bodyguards.
With the ox, I'm with y'all.
And the Romans, Christ didn't have bodyguards to the point in which the Romans had to tell Judas, we don't know which one he is.
Exactly.
So Judas had to greet him with a kiss in order for the Romans to understand who Christ was. Man.
And that's the example that man should be going by right there.
Yeah.
So now you out here like you, Michael Jackson or something.
Man.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. Well,
a lot of folks missing the mark. Man.
The mark is love, man. Let's read that. Let's go to Mark 12.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
Mark 12.
Hey, just so happy, Mark 12.
Let's go to
We're
Mark
going
12
to Mark
and 28.
Let's see what the Mark talking about.
Mark 12, 28. Let me read this, y'all. Mark 12, 28. I'll start at 20. Well, 28.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the scribes came, and having heard them reasoning together and perceiving that he had answered them well, asked them, which is the first commandment of all?
Which one?
And Yasha said unto him, the first of all commandments is, hear, O Israel, the Most High, our God, is one Lord.
That's the first one. It's the Most High. It's one.
And thou shalt love the Most High with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind, and with all thy strength.
That's the first one. Right
this
there.
Is the first commandment.
Come on.
And the second is like, namely, this: thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Love who?
Thy neighbor as thyself.
Thy clique.
Thy neighbor as thyself.
Thy group.
Thy neighbor as thyself.
Nah, thy church.
Hey, the church can be your neighbor.
Yeah, but it's
hey,
it's only certain.
But the cliques.
That's why I said that. That's why I did it like that. That's why exactly why I did it like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it say, there is none other commandment greater than these.
Mm-hmm.
And the scribe said unto him, well, master, thou hast said the truth, for there is one God, and there is none other but he.
Mm-hmm.
And to love him with all the heart, and with all the understanding, and with all the soul, and with all the strength, and to love his neighbor as himself is more than all whole burnt offerings and sacrifices.
So loving your neighbor, the things that was said right here is greater than any of them sacrifices, offerings, and stuff. It's doing what was said. Obedience is better than sacrifice, remember?
It's greater than all of those things.
Yeah.
And 34, and when Yeshua saw that he answered discreetly, he said unto him, you are not far from the kingdom of the Most High.
What did he say again?
You are not far from the kingdom of the Most High.
So somebody tell us how you get in the kingdom. Because we just heard it. Yeah.
It's about love.
We just heard
it's about loving the Most High first, then loving your neighbor. Because the scriptures tell you what?
Okay.
Let's go there. Let's go to 1 John real quick. Let's go to 1 John.
I think I know.
Let's get 1 John real quick.
Come on. All right.
1 John.
You're not far from the kingdom. Doing this, what we just read.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Come on. Here it is, 1 John 5:2. By this we know that we love the children of God. And this is how we know we love the children of God. Right?
Mm-hmm.
When we love God and keep his commandments.
Mm.
Right? When we love the Most High and keep his commandments, that's how we know we love our people.
Mm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
In humility,
Oh, yeah.
in meekness. Right? We supposed to have a loving spirit with these things.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
So maybe that's why I say perfect love cast out fear. What is the fear? Of giving up everything to follow this God that we're talking about right here. Giving up everything.
Yeah.
You give up your life, you shall gain it though.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that what Christ said?
Mm-hmm.
You give it up, you shall gain it. Like he that keep it shall lose it.
Yeah.
So that's probably the fear. Now that I'm sitting here, I forgot about that John right there.
Mm-hmm. And that's how we know we love our people, man. When we start keeping the commandments. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, we not gonna listen. Most of us, we gonna fall off this train.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We gonna fall off. We gotta get back up and get back on it, man.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't about, it's a marathon. You understand? It's not a race unless you race into the grave. You know what I'm saying? It's not a race.
Yeah.
It's a marathon, man. We're gonna have to patiently run this thing until the Most High say, you know what? I'm pulling you out of there. It's a decree on your life, and we're getting you out of there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna have to run. We're gonna have to run this thing continuous,
Yeah.
and we gotta have patience doing it. We gotta have endurance.
Yeah. That's why I say all run but one win, because of that right there.
Yeah.
Patience and endurance. That's why that one will win.
Yeah. And we gotta be able to do that, man. We gotta have it. Hey.
Yeah. Hey, man. There you have it, another Thug Lord Classics.
This brother's still in the streets.
No, I'm just playing.
Hey, he done moved to Africa and he done hooked up with the wrong crowd. No, he didn't. Nah, he ain't. I'm just talking junk.
Oh, man, that was a good one though.
But yeah, man, all praises to the Father, man. This was something that I believe we needed to talk about, man, and we still got to continuously hit on this topic, man, because integrity is something huge that's not carried out amongst our people. And integrity is how you talk to people. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of times I've heard people, especially when you go to a foreign land, and you talking to people, especially coming from America, because Americans feel superior.
Yeah.
So when you go to another country and you get to talking to people, you're supposed to always have that humility on your mind. Because if not, you will start talking to people because you come from a place that's much more convenient than the places that we live.
Yeah.
And you'll start talking down on some bougie junk. So certain things, it's integrity. You got to be able to walk with integrity if you're going to get outside your backyard and go out here. Yeah. So I'm so happy we had this discussion, and we got to hit on this discussion more often. With everything we bring, it got to be about love. It got to be about what we talking about, discretion, And so, hey, I just give all praises to the Father, man. This was a good
praise for sure. And hey, this was spur of the moment. I hit this up this morning. I had a song. Actually, I think it was the Division song. No Division it was the Greatest Commandment song. And I hit him up like, bro, we gotta do this tonight. The Most High just put it on my spirit like, this is what y'all need to do. That's why I had y'all sitting back working on something else. Y'all can put the two together. And this what came. All praises to the Father. This was just spur of the moment today. We ain't practiced nothing to nothing. Sent him the songs. Put this there. Let's play this and let's talk about this. And that's how we roll. Praise the Father. It came out smooth and clear. That's how you know it was of the Most High too. It wasn't no hiccups or nothing, no stumble.
Yeah,
look, this is what he wanted. Yeah. This what need to be talked about, like Doc said, amongst the nation. We always sweeping the dirt up under the rug when we see some garbage.
Man,
always sweeping the dirt up under the rug. Why? Man, let's talk about it. Let's get this out the way so we can fix these issues. Get all the buffooneries and the clowns out the way. Put them in a circus. It's time to build and be this nation that we need to be. It's that time.
Mhm.
I don't know what other time it is, other than getting out of Babylon. It's that time, bro. Shoot.
And like this brother just said, man, this was supposed to come out today. This was spur of the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to me, y'all. I was not feeling good earlier. I had a situation that was, to me, a miracle. To me, a miracle. I ain't even gonna explain it. Y'all don't even want to know. But it was, I wasn't feeling good at all. You know, for the past week or two, I wasn't feeling good. And today, this brother had called me, and I said, "Yeah, we can do it." And I was like, "I ain't feeling good, but we gonna do it anyway, right?"
Mm-hmm.
And whatever happened. I can't tell y'all because y'all will be grossed out. But what happened, and I ain't been feeling bad I've been feeling great all day. I've been progressively feeling better, and right now I feel great. You know what I'm saying? So all praises to the Most High, man. This what we talked about. I believe it was supposed to come out. And I pray it bless somebody. I pray it touch and reach the right people, so that the Most High can, operate the way He do. Man, we've been about this unity of our nation for a long time now, for a few years now.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know, we don't care about what name you calling on. We don't care about none of that petty stuff. We're not fighting over that petty stuff no more, man. We got a common enemy in the spirit and in the flesh. We got common enemies, man. And we need to stick together because what? Satan coming after those who got the testimony of Christ, and the law.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So we have a common enemy.
Yeah.
And that's the spiritual. Then we got the enemy that's in the flesh that is manifested from the spiritual in the flesh. And we can see this enemy, everybody calling them out and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So we understand we have these common enemies. We supposed to be able to come and stick together and show a unified front, so that as a nation, so that we can be able to fight against this common enemy that we got.
Mm-hmm.
But we can't because we too busy being divided based off of doctrine.
So what now? What Christ, once again, back to Christ. What he say?
A nation that's divided against itself,
surely
it cannot stand.
Come on.
You know, and that's what's going on with us, y'all. We divided against ourselves with all these alphabet soup.
Yeah.
All these alphabet soup camps and churches.
Yeah. Them the letter boys.
We divided.
The FBI.
We divided.
IRS. Them the new letter boys.
And certain people probably be thinking like, well, y'all call yourselves Unified Nation Podcast and Royal Scepter of Yeshaya. These ain't churches.
Exactly.
These are channels.
Exactly. That represents something. It stands for something.
And they're channels. Because why? We have to have a channel to be able to talk to you.
Exactly.
If we don't have a channel with a label on it, then we wouldn't be able to talk to you. That's just the way that things happen right now. Okay. But we ain't no church. The church is Christ. Exactly. Christ got a church.
Exactly. We just servants and workers.
Right. We just part of the body. And we operating in the gift that we got. You know, so we not no church or nothing like that. But we do, we have an organization that caters to children and widows. Yeah. We have that. It's called the Children's Bread Ministry, or the Children's Bread NGO.
NGO, yeah.
So we had that. But yeah, we ain't no church, man. We ain't, we ain't doing none of that, man. We teach the word. We bring these things forth. We do that. But yeah, we ain't out here like that, man. We ain't out here causing no division. We about building.
Yeah.
That's what we about. And if anybody want to build, we with you.
Yeah.
We with you. And I heard a brother back a few years ago say, if people talk about building, then you need to stay away from them.
Man,
that's weird.
That sounds like somebody using the bag again.
That's weird.
We don't need y'all leaving up out of here and taking that money with you. The Bible.
Right, because we about nation building.
Exactly.
We have to build our nation, bro. Even Christ said it. We're going to have to rebuild this nation, bro. Even he said, matter of fact, he said he's going to rebuild the ruins of David.
Most definitely.
That's Amos 9 and 11. You go read it. He's going to have to rebuild those ruins. Yeah. Right? That's building the nation back. Mm-hmm. So, man, anybody telling you, talking against the building of a nation, those people are against the Most High.
Most definitely.
Right? So that's why I said you got to be able to pay attention to subtle words. Now I'm gonna leave it at that. That's all I wanted to say. I'm running on.
No, hey,
but all
smooth,
praises
man.
to the Father, man. You know,
sure. All praises, man. Hey, we out here working, doing what we do, like I was saying, man. We about to get back to this podcasting thing, man. We just was falling back for a second, taking care of the other stuff. You know, like I say, we got to try and take care of this NGO thing, blah, 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 you know, so on and so forth. You know, we got the music thing streaming on all platforms. Austere King is the name of the album. Unified Gifts is the name of the group. You know what I'm saying? We working. Praise the Father. This is what we doing. You know, man, please check us out, man. Just hear the message that we got in our music. What we put out, that was just a free trial, you know. We just starting off. We got plenty of it, and it's gonna keep coming. Praise the Father. It ain't stopping. Man, we about to be dropping, Father's willing. We're gonna be dropping on all streaming platforms every Sabbath, Most High willing. And Most High willing, in a couple more months, we're gonna drop another album. You know, we got an 8-track album right now. You know, out. You know, if you could put that the album cover on that one more again for that.
One more again for the cause.
Yeah, just one more again for the cause. You know, we gonna show y'all the album cover when y'all see it. This is what it looks like on all platforms. You know, like I say, the title of it is Austere King.
That's right.
And the name of the group is Unified Gifts. We taking our gifts and putting them together. Unified Gifts. That's the album right there on YouTube. It's on YouTube. You can use it on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Spotify, Amazon. It's on all that stuff. Praise the Father for real. This album is nice. It's real nice, man. Y'all check it out. Most High willing, man. Stream it. You know, just it help us out with our works. You know,
this help us out.
Everybody else said it help us out with our works. We ain't asking you for no money. It just help us out with our works.
Man, it help us out. It help us out. It actually does help us out financially.
It do.
This is our work. You know what I'm saying? We don't have the work that we used to have. And this is the thing. This is another thing that I have a problem with our people. Now, I've never received any money from the ministry itself. That's not what we're here for. But what I will say is, think about this. Every nation finances off of their culture.
Culture.
We the only nation that don't finance off of our culture. We actually look down on it. When somebody is finance or receiving funds based off of the culture, right? When I say the culture, I'm talking about our true culture. I ain't talking about hip hop. I ain't talking about the hood nigga culture or none of that. No, I'm talking about our true culture. We the only ones that don't benefit off of it. The Jewish people benefit off of our book and our word. The Catholic Church benefit off of our work and our word, our ancestors' words, right? But the children of those actual people don't benefit from it. So that's a problem, right? So when it comes to music and stuff, people be like, oh man, you charging for the music, you charging for this, that, and the third.
Hold on. We worked hard to put this together. And they're trying to work hard to continue.
We are. We should benefit off of our culture. When it comes Passover time, y'all people with the gifts to make garments, make the garments. You know,
charge for that.
That'll be a benefit off of our culture, right? We should benefit off of what our forefathers laid down, not some other people. And it shouldn't be a problem when we do it
at all.
You know, all nations benefit off of what their forefathers laid down. Look at the white man in America. He benefiting off of the piracy of his forefather. And ain't nobody saying nothing about him.
At all.
But when we benefit off of the righteousness of ours, it's a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
So yeah, it shouldn't be nothing wrong with benefiting off of ours, something that belongs to us. Right? You got culture vultures that'll come in and benefit based off of what they can see that we not capitalizing at.
And they capitalize because we allow it.
Exactly.
Yeah, most definitely. And there shouldn't be no hate neither. Don't hate on us for what we doing. You don't know what we doing. That's once again, go back to that one more time. You don't know what we doing. Don't hate on us for this stuff. Just be thankful the same way we is that we out here working, utilizing our gifts and talents to wake up the lost sheep. regardless of what you think is going on, you don't know. So don't bear false witness.
Exactly.
Come talk to brothers and sisters or whatever. And that's with any situation. Talk to brothers and sisters. See what's going on. See if they are right. Make sure everybody in the right mindset.
Exactly.
You know, who knows? You could probably get in on it if you could fit in somewhere. You know.
Exactly.
That's why it's called unified gifts.
Exactly.
Unifying our gifts.
Because these just ain't our forefathers that laid it down, they're yours too.
Exactly. Exactly. So let's unify and do what it do.
And I'm sure our forefathers would be like, man, they ain't capitalizing off what we laid down. You know what I'm saying?
No, we died for y'all to vote.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
So, they sitting there like we ain't, y'all capitalizing.
The scriptures was written by our people, by our forefathers.
Yeah.
These is our holy days. This is our music. This is our word. You understand? Matter of fact, let me read that. Let me go to Psalms 147 and 19.
Yeah.
Let me read this real quick.
Yeah.
So y'all will understand what I'm talking about. You know?
Yeah. Once again, it's streaming on everything, man. And use this on y'all shorts and everything on, man. Help us out. Yeah. Because we use this to do the orphanage thing and everything in our families.
Psalms 147 and 19. He showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes into his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise the Most High. So the other nations, this belong to us. The Most High showed these things to us, to Jacob, to Israel. He didn't show these things to the other people. This belong to us. So why are we letting other nations culture vulture and capitalize based off of our stuff? But then it's a problem when we see each other doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Hating on each other.
They ain't hating on nobody for selling Bibles. Right? People selling Bibles and getting paid off the word. There ain't nobody saying nothing about that.
The word was given to us, though.
You understand?
Yeah, come on. I know you getting to.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. We got to come up off of that and stop looking at each other with an evil eye. That's part of the curse. Time to wake up, man. Time to wake up. We need to capitalize off of our stuff. That's how we become the head and not the tail. You know?
So, yeah, for sure. So, hey, stop the hate. Let's be a nation. That's one of the episodes too. Check that out. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, we've been talking about this stuff for a long time. You know, people might be like, "They church hurt that." No, this ain't. We just see some bull crap amongst the nation. So look, stop the hating. Let's be a nation. Let's support each other the same way we support y'all. Support us. There's been plenty of shirts, albums, this, that, etc. I done purchased. Help us out with what we doing, you know. And trust me, we ain't begging or nothing like that. Is if you do, you do. You don't, you don't. This is enough support. Just even coming on here kicking it with us. That's support right there. You know, all praise to the Father for y'all. You know. You know, hey, we just trying to practice that true religion that he read in James 1 and 27. You know, be unspotted from the world, visit the fatherless and the widows, and this how we do it through these musics and stuff like that. We come out of our pockets with all this stuff. Nobody really. I ain't saying we don't get no donation or no help, but everything we do is usually out of our pockets. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, this is a way that we can use or we can benefit the other people, the less fortunate, the widows and the fatherless, is through this music. These proceeds can help them, and it's real talk. It's not just no commercial you seeing on CBS and nothing like that. This really is talk. We over here with these people, man. We really out here in the nitty gritty with them from the ground up. So, man, dang, that's how you do it all the time. God, dog. But hey, all praise to the Father. You know, Unified Gift, Austere King is the album on all platforms. Use it on y'all shorts, everything on TikTok, whatever. You know, thank the Most High for this episode titled "The Greatest Commandment." This is the title of it. This is the episode. You know, we done did this thing for what? I don't know. We've been here, almost 3 hours, man. Hey. It's what the Father wanted to come out, man. Don't play yourself short for the love of man. That's the message that I'm gonna leave. Don't play yourself short for the love of man. Have a respect a person because you think somebody in a certain position. Go ahead and get it.
Go ahead, keep going.
You know, thinking that because a person in a certain position is allowed. Let's ask ourselves a question. Even the Christians ask this question. WWJD. What would Jesus do?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Ask yourself that question. What would Jesus do in this situation?
Mm-hmm.
Would he allow this? Would he allow another man to defraud somebody else? No. So we can't do that either.
Mm-hmm.
If we call ourselves followers of Yeshua, we can't allow that at all. I don't care who that person is.
Mm-hmm.
The person wrong, he's wrong. Folks need to start speaking up. Stop being babes and stop letting them tell you babes. You're not no babe and you've been doing this jump for 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
7 years, 5 years. You're not no babe. A baby don't go to elementary school his whole life. He developed to go to junior high and high school as well. So don't forget that. So we are not all babes like they teach us. We man in this thing. It's time to be man in this thing. No longer tossed to and fro from every wind and doctrine. You got that?
Hold on one second.
All right. Well, I keep rapping then. I keep going on this one because, man, I was so sick and tired of that, man. They used to tell us that every week. Hey, we all babes. No, we ain't. I'm not. And I'm not about to sit here and keep lying. It's not no boasting, no bragging, nothing. I just knew my greatness in this walk.
Yeah.
And nobody's about to stop that. Praise the Father. For real. You got it?
Yep.
All right.
I start at St. John 12 and 36.
Come on.
It say, while you have light, believe in the light, that you may be the children of the light.
Yeah.
These things spake Yeshua and departed and did hide himself from them. But though, hold on, let me open this up a little more. Let me pull it up. Let me get us together.
They said, why you have light? Why you got light? Hey, you better do that.
It say, right? But though he had done so many miracles before them, yet they believed not on him, that the saying of Isaiah the prophet might be fulfilled, which he spake, Lord, who have believed our report, and to whom have the arm of the Most High been revealed. Therefore, they could not believe, because that Isaiah said again, he have blinded their eyes and hardened their heart.
How many times we heard that? Who believed this report?
Exactly.
Praise the Most
He
High.
have blinded their eyes and hardened their heart, that they should not see with their eyes, nor understand with their heart, and be converted, and I should heal them. These things said Isaiah when he saw his glory, and spake of him. Nevertheless, among the chief rulers, also many believed on him, but because of the Pharisees.
What? Because of who?
Because of the Pharisees, they did not confess him.
Why?
Lest they should be put out of the synagogue.
Wow, maybe that's why ain't nobody standing up for righteousness. They fear of being put out of these churches, these groups.
For they love the praise of men more than the praise of the Most High.
Come on.
And see, that's what's going on with people. They'd rather have that image. They'd rather be loved by men more so than the Most High. All the miracles, all the things that they can see,
they see.
And the scripture said that the Most High blinded them. He blinded them lest they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears. Right? He blinded them. He blinded those people, but some of them could see though.
Yeah.
But they refused to speak because of the Pharisees, in fear that they would be put out of the synagogue, because they love the praise of men
more than the Most High. Ain't that what's going on?
That's exactly.
Man, we was talking about earlier.
That's exactly.
We was talking about hooping, and there was people there that could have stood up for us.
But they love the praise of men more than the Most High.
That was the perfect.
See, that's what it is, man.
That they was gonna be kicked out.
Ain't nothing changed, and there ain't no new thing under the sun, man.
Nothing.
Hey, look, all my people out there, wake up, man, because it's a dirty game being played right before your eyes, and then some of y'all can see it. You can see it, but you love the praise of men over the Most High. You would rather get a pat on the back. You would rather get a sticker on your forehead. You know what I'm saying?
Good today.
Yeah, you would rather get yeah, you know what I'm saying? You would rather get those type of things, right?
That's straight up though,
right? That's what you'd rather be that hall monitor with the sash on. You know what I'm saying?
I got him.
You'd rather be that instead of really loving, forsaking. Not the assembly of yourselves together, because you would never do that if you're dealing with the body of Christ.
Exactly.
It's always going to be somewhere you can go and gather. So it's not the forsaking of yourselves together. You will be forsaking the man-made establishment,
Exactly.
the commandments of men.
Exactly.
And ain't nothing wrong with forsaking that.
Exactly.
And coming to the Most High.
Straight up.
Right? You a cake not turned. It's time to come back. Repent.
Yeah.
It's time to come back and repent. Stop being the cake not turned. Turn. Repent. Come back to the Most High. That's what that scripture means too.
I was just about to say it's not what y'all think, because we was taught something
That's
different.
what that scripture means.
Return.
It's time to return back to the Father. Repent.
Everybody go look that up. Cake not turned.
Look it up in your Septuagint.
Your Septuagint, exactly.
Yeah. So
look him up.
All praises to the Most High, man. Let's get out of here. We'll keep y'all here for 4-5
go back
hours,
and
man.
people still come there.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, thank the Most High for all y'all that kick it with us, man. Hit the thumbs up if you ain't subscribed yet. Hit that thing right there too. Bang bang. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no fancy stuff. They say dang dang in the corner like everybody else. Hey, we brothers in the we in the bushes for real.
Y'all say dang dang.
Yeah, I be saying that on the YouTube channel. Like,
I know what you talk about too, bro.
Hey, we brothers in the bushes. Y'all can see it. It's a rock dweller somewhere running around here.
There ain't no rock dweller.
Well, hey, look, she a poodle, but the point is she's out here. But hey, man, praise the Father for y'all kicking it with us, man. Hit the thumbs up, man. Like I say, man, like we say, check out the album on all streaming platforms, Austere King, Unified Gifts. Man, love each other, man. Show some integrity.
Mm-hmm.
Put the man-made BS down.
Mm-hmm.
Stop having knee pads. Get that junk up. Everybody know what knee pads is for, getting on your knees. So that's just being the smooth talk like that. Become man in this thing.
You got me coughing,
man.
And you stupid. That's
trying to become man in this thing. It's time for women to help your man do that thing. You know what I'm saying? Most High willing, we're gonna come with another joint. Most High willing, we're gonna do it sometime a few days coming up. You know what I'm saying? Title, and it's for the sisters. We love y'all, but y'all need to hear this. And my sister's keeper. That's the next one coming up. Most High willing. In a couple more days.
And guess what? We are qualified to speak to our sisters because we was put over our women.
Yeah.
So we qualified to speak to our sisters, man. And if that's if you believe in this Bible.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some of you sisters don't believe in the Bible, and that's fine. If you don't believe in it, hey, then this ain't for you. This won't be for you. But those of you who believe in the scriptures, come get with us next week and understand what we bring it through. Come get the information from your brothers.
Yep.
You know. But yeah.
Hey, all praise it to the Father, man. We completed this, man. Y'all about to get some more of that hot little fire music. And like I say, man, we appreciate y'all, all the love, man. Go cop that album, $9.99. It's like
he ain't lying.
Low key, I think it is $9.99. I thought about it, like, hold up, it is. Hey, man, hey, that's it right there, man. Austere King, Unified Gifts, man. Hey,
and Shalom, man. And those of you who in the midst of y'all Passover, man, shalom to y'all, man.
Yeah,
we ain't no haters. We outside of ours.
Yeah.
We outside of ours. We ain't no haters, man. We understand that we don't have it all as a nation, you know. And I'm not saying that we got it.
At
all.
all.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying we as a nation don't have it all. So, hey, those of y'all who celebrating your Passover, hey, man.
Happy Pesach.
Happy Pesach to you, man. Shalom. And we out.
Mm-hmm.
And we out.
Shalom.
I came from pain, but I walk in grace. Heart made of stone, turned soft in his face. Used to chase gold, now I chase truth. Spirit got fire like it's trapped in a booth. Mama said, boy, don't forget your roots. But now I know roots ain't enough without fruits. Love ain't just words, it's deeper than breath. It's loving the Most High till my last step. Keep his commands, that's how I show love. More than emotion, it's sent from above. Told my brother we can't break what we are. 12 tribes strong, we was made by the stars. You could keep hate, I'm chosen to heal. Love the Most High, that's the realest deal. With all my might, mind, soul, and heart, that's how the kingdom gon' start. So love the Most High with all I got. Ain't no halfway in this walk. So love my neighbor, no fake insight. Greatest law, this truth, this flame, no, it's written, sealed in my chest. This love is real. No need to boast, no need to flex. I serve the love. I've seen brothers break laws just to chase a crown. Seen sisters lose faith when they broken down. But what's the love? Love ain't stitched in it. A nation can't rise when the soul ain't in it. I used to hate, used to plot revenge, till the word hit my chest like the world gon' end. Now I pray when they talk behind my back, and I build when they try to break my path. Love ain't soft, it's strong enough to die. It turn water to wine and open the sky. It forgives when it hurts, even bleeds when it's right. It lifts up the low when they can't stand a fight. So I don't just speak it, I move in love. From the block to the booth to the throne above. Greatest commandment, not just for show. It's the only path this kingdom know. Love is the weight that holds the crown. The reason we rise, the reason we bow down. It's keeping his laws when nobody looking. It's feeding your brother when your own pot cooking. You can't fake it, it shows in the light. You can't bend it, it walks upright. It ain't love, no need to no bait. That love, the weight that holds the crown. The reason we rise, the reason we bow down. It's keeping his laws when nobody looking. It's feeding your brother when your own pot cooking. You can't fake it, it shows in the light. You can't bend it, it walks upright. It ain't love, my nigga. All I got, and you're halfway. This no.
No more division, no split decision. Tribes waking up from the world's
Rich or broke, palace or pavement. A man ain't measured by what he owns, but by how he stand when ain't nobody looking. Fear of Hopper, that's real wealth.
I done seen gold turn good men cold. Luxury dreams make a brother sell his soul. But I stayed grounded, Torah in my soul. I remember when the lights went out in the cold. Mama prayed hard, she ain't never fold. Said son, keep Yasha even when the world bold. Had a chance to cheat for a little bit of fame, but I thought about Job and I walked away in shame. Integrity ain't a word, it's a code. Even when the bills stack and the food get low. I done cried in the dark, man, nobody knows. But Abba saw my pain and he opened up the road. Whether mansion or the mud, I keep it holy. Even when the weight of the world try to fold me, I ain't sell my soul, I walk in truth boldly. Integrity and Yasha, that's what mold me. From the struggle to the shine, I stay lowly. Heart circumcised, can't nothing control me. Even if I had it all or if I'm lonely, I fear Abba first, that's what he showed me. I seen brothers switch for a Benz and a chain, but I ain't impressed by the diamonds or the fame. I'd rather fast 3 days in the wilderness with pain than eat at a table with the wicked for some gain. I seen the trap, the snare, the scheme, wolves in sheep clothes living out a dream. But I stay strapped with Psalms and Alaham, armor of the Most High, sharper than they saying. One time I was broke, couch to couch sleeping, stomach touching back, but I still kept preaching. Could've robbed, could've stole, devil steady reaching, but I leaned on the word like the Spirit kept teaching.
Better is a poor man who walks in his integrity than one who is crooked though he be rich. Proverbs 28, that's real, that's real.
Even if I had the world and all its gold, what profit if I lose my soul? Whether mansion or the mud, I keep it holy. Even when the weight of the world try to fold me, I ain't sell my soul, I walk in truth boldly. Integrity and Yasha, that's what mold me. From the palace to the pit, I stay lowly. Heart circumcised, can't nothing control me. Even if I had it all or if I'm lonely, I fear Abba first, that's what he showed me.
I told myself if I ever made it, never let this world reshape it. Rich in mercy, that's my playlist. I'm trying to please the one who made this. So when I stand in front of the throne, he gon' say, well done, not you gone. Integrity ain't just for show, it's how you act when nobody know. I
had nothing but the Most High gave me plenty. Rich in the spirit, never needed 20. Never that. Counting blessings, not bands in my city. Kept my name clean. Integrity. Yasha.
Eyes like fire, feel like bronze, yeah, he reigns above. Tribe of Judah, lion roaring, covered in his love. They ain't tell us who we really are, but now we know. Yashaya coming back, and we ready for the glow.
Yo, they never told us truth, had to dig it out the books. Trying to keep us blind while they hit it with the crooks. Skin like the furnace, feet burnished in bronze. Revelation dropped the facts, yeah, I'm putting them on. Tribe of Judah, we the chosen bloodline royal. They've been twisting up the doctrine, now it's time to be loyal. Eyes like a flame, when he steps, shake the nations. He ain't coming back soft, now he bringing that greatness. False image on the wall, that ain't what he look like. They've been selling us lies, but now we back in the fight. Call him Yasha. Yeah, the king of all kings with a sword in his hand, and he ready for the swing.
Eyes like fire, feel like bronze, yeah, he reigns above. Tribe of Judah, lion roaring, covered in his love. They ain't tell us who we really are, but now we know. Yashaya coming back, and we ready for the glow.
I see him shaking, they know what's coming. Trumpets blowing, skies crack, ain't no running. The lost sheep hear his voice when he call. Every knee finna bow, every tongue finna fall. Golden crown, yeah, he shine like the sun. Judah rise up, yeah, our time just begun. They ain't teach us who we was, now the veil off. Slaves turn kings, now the chains getting tossed. Truth hitting harder than a Mack truck. When the real king come, bet they back up. Ain't no fear, yeah, we step with the light. Yasha on his way, we gon' ride for what's right.
Eyes like fire, feel like bronze, yeah, he reigns above. Tribe of Judah, lion roaring, covered in his love. They ain't tell us who we really are, but now we know. Yashaya coming back, and we ready for the glow.
Yeah, they ain't tell us the truth, but we here now. Tribe of Judah stand strong, ain't no backing down. Yeah, Yasha reigns supreme. The king is coming. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yashaya coming back, and we ready for the glow. Yeah, they tell us the truth, but we here now. Tribe of Judah stand strong, ain't no backing down. Yasha reigns supreme. The king is coming. Ooh.
Blah, blah. Hold rights. Blood spilled thick, drip crimson, the scrolls right. Graffiti hieroglyphs on these ancient street lights. Cousin dodged the reaper, but a breath from his knife. Truth in the bullet can't muzzle this life. Blood on the wall, the truth gon' speak. History painted, our pain runs deep. Scattered in the wind, but roots still creep. Rise, kings rise, ancestors don't sleep. Tales of the struggle carved in my skin folds. Trying to make peace where the
devil still holds. Curses we breaking, but the blessing still cold. Stacking 808s with scriptures of old. Blood on the wall, the truth gon' speak. History painted, our pain runs deep. Scattered in the wind, but roots still creep. Rise, kings rise, ancestors don't sleep. Concrete jungle, sermons through haze. West Coast sermons on fire-filled days. Still preach surviving through Babylon's maze. Flame in the eyes, redemption ablaze. Blood on the wall, the truth gon' speak. History painted, our pain runs deep. Scattered in the wind, but roots still creep. Rise, kings rise, ancestors don't sleep. Concrete jungle, sermons through haze. West Coast sermons on fire-filled days. Still preach surviving through Babylon's maze. Flame in the eyes, redemption